Bill, recorded intro later. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I'm recording the intro now. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of the Permadeath podcast. I am your one and only host, Bill. Today, I'm going to be talking about video
We're
games.
nobody.
And I can edit you
Just
guys
a
out.
groupie.
I can edit you guys out first. Today we're going to be talking about video games and do they ruin schools?
Dude, they ruin everything. They ruin lives. They ruin jobs. Ruin families.
Who are you guys anyway?
I
They
blame
ruined my
Obama,
life.
Whatever.
They ruin sleeping schedules. That's what they do.
Who are you guys? Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm Yokorama. Also known as Moses or Moise or Mosey, or however the hell you want to call me.
Yokorama then.
Yeah, that's a good...
That one.
Yeah. The one you said first.
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna be calling you guys by like your actual names, like.
Well, that's what's weird about it. Like,
And like me, my name is too hard to pronounce, so nobody's gonna want to call me by my actual name. It's horrible.
like everybody I know calls you Yakarama. I've never encountered a person on the internet. Like people call me Bill, people call me Ebby. Ryan Kubo has never had a username.
Just Kubanator. That's all I call him.
There you go.
But like everyone just calls you Yoku or Yokorama. Like that's your
Well, that's
name.
what happens when your name is Moise. Like, call me Moses. You can call me Moses.
Yeah.
It's,
All
it's
right.
the same thing. Moses. Mo.
All right, Moses.
I'm like Mo from Simpsons.
Can we call you
But less-
Mo?
But less cool. Gotcha.
Less cool.
Yeah.
That's
You
my
heard.
intro. Well, next.
Who's going next?
This is so
I'll go
structured.
next. I'm
Yeah,
just some random Asian. They needed Asian influence on this podcast. Currently being recorded at Starbucks. Just don't even know these people. I don't know why I'm here.
Well, you actually at Starbucks?
No, I'm not actually at Starbucks.
Well, you never know. It's California, like that. They're so
We
progressive
have
over there.
Wi-Fi everywhere, man. It's awesome.
You guys like deliver babies at Starbucks over there. Everything's done at Starbucks.
Yeah, that's true, man. But there's no drive-through Starbucks over here. I'm pissed.
Wait, there's no drive-through
Drive-thru?
Starbucks in
There's
Cali?
like one. There's like one around my house. The rest of them I have to actually physically get out. So I'm pissed.
How quick do you need your Starbucks?
Pretty quick, dude. After midnight, they're gonna start serving alcohol at Starbucks over here, though.
That's
What?
a lie. Are you just making this up?
What?
No, I'm not. It's a new thing they're rolling out over here. After they're gonna try to have like 24-hour Starbucks, but then like after a certain time, they're gonna like start serving like craft brews and stuff.
Oh, okay. So like
Wow.
the hipster beers.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they're gonna cater to their target audience.
Yeah, hipsters.
They're gonna serve like fluffy apple bear beer or something.
Hey, I drink that, all right? No shame.
Well,
Well, yeah, I'm nothing against craft.
confirmed. Yokorama's a hipster.
There's just so many.
Dude, I drink anything alcohol. How's that hipster,
Yeah,
man?
I was gonna say, don't you just drink anything?
Well, there you go.
I'm a opposite of
Alcoholic.
hipster.
But no, really, my name's Ryan. Call me Ryan. I don't have a nickname
Or Kubanator. Come on,
or
man.
Kubanator or Super Cali Kubo or whatever you want to call me. Intro done. Boom.
Very nice.
Boom.
Guess it's my go then.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm getting very bad
Preferably.
lag or if people just don't like
No,
responding to me.
This is funny.
I'm Ebby, also known as Bizarre Jelly 5. I can't talk because it's nearly 1 in the morning where I am, so thank you for that.
That's the only problem we have. Like, all three of us, apart from Ebby, are in the US, and we only have a couple-hour difference at most. But Ebby is in the UK.
It's alright, I usually don't sleep until like 4 in the morning anyway, because that's what people
Please.
like us do sometimes.
You don't need to sleep. Who sleeps?
No,
Days.
I don't sleep. I should sleep. I don't do it.
I just woke up. Like,
But anyway,
So jealous.
video games. We gotta talk about them.
Okay.
But yeah,
Talk about video games.
I guess we can continue what we were talking about before. PS2 emulation. Yeah.
how shitty it is on computer.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, you need like a processor from like NASA to run these things like a good frame rate. And I was reading, somebody said on Reddit, like they said to me, like to my username's face, they said, oh, they released the 1.0 version of PCSX2 or whatever. It runs a lot smoother now. It's much more optimized, and maybe that's true for whatever hardware is in that guy's computer. But I got really excited at that because I wanted to play Persona. I don't have a Vita, so I can't get Persona 4 Golden, and my PS2 is out of commission, so I can't just go out and buy a $60 copy of like a fucking 7-year-old game. Um, so I'm okay. I'm gonna be that shady scumbag who just emulates these games. So
No
I
shame.
I get it, and I didn't even play anything yet. I just got excited at the prospect that this might work. So I went on WordPad and I made a list of like 60 games I want to get for a PS2 that I never
Setting
played.
yourself up for disaster, man.
Yes, and I downloaded one. I downloaded Dark Cloud, one of my favorite games ever, and it ran like poop. And I'm like, fuck! Like you gotta be no. I spent like 3 hours compiling a list that I was gonna. I deleted the file, because my heart sunk. But it runs in slow motion. The game
Uh,
tells me it's running at 60 frames, but the audio, like say the intro music is like, if you're running it on my processor, it goes.
Yeah, I know exactly. I have a stronger PC than yours, I believe. Um, but it's pretty much the same on mine. Like seriously, it's impossible to play. I've only encountered a couple of games, and for some reason, like those couple of games that played decently, they weren't like the best, but they're playable. They were actually games that were Japan only. They were never released here in the U.S. So
Was there like a translation patch?
yeah, there was like
So
somebody did that and translated and everything, but.
you didn't
Like the Berserk game, I played that on emulator for the PS2, and that played all right. You know, I even connected the PS2 controller, and I was like, it was still kind of shitty, but playable. So I don't know. One day they will make it possible.
you got to be careful when you're openly talking about emulation because when you go to like the forums for like these emulators, like the communities around them, like I know they're all fucking lying too. And you know what? If any of them ever hears this, like I'm sorry, like you're all liars. If you go on there, if you go on that forum,
You just told me to be careful, and now you're
and,
like, you're all
And now
fucking
you're like, you
liars.
dirty liars.
yeah, no, I mean, you have to be careful because these people will attack you if you say that you don't own a PS2. Like, they will come at you. I know they're online. There's no way in hell the entire community surrounding emulation just has PS2s sitting on their shelves and they're just too lazy to fucking use them, so they just emulated it instead. Because you have
I
to
think
get
it would probably be easier at a certain point to go, I'll just plug in my PlayStation 2 or my GameCube or whatever rather than trying to get these games to work.
exactly.
Well, the
I
only reason why I was interested in the whole emulation, getting playing on my PC was because I wanted to play import games and I didn't want to get a Japanese PS2. That was the only reason, pretty
Mm.
much.
Yeah,
So
that and
that's
the cost of importing games, and
yeah,
especially since they're PS2 games, and who knows how hard they are to find. Like you go to eBay, you probably get the Berserk game for like $300, and the guy's
yeah, they're ridiculous. It's insane. So that's the only reason. Like other games, even when it comes to like Persona, I wouldn't mind spending $60 like you said for an old game
yeah. Well,
because technically it's still a really good game. And $60 is like a price point for new games, anyways. So it's like whatever. If it's like it was like $200, then I'll be like,
if my PS2 was working, I would go seek out a copy. Like I have no problem. I have a big stack of PS2 games I'd love to play, but I can't.
just get PS2. It's like $30, man.
I know, but I was able to almost take the easy way out. But yeah, but
Almost 3 hours of sitting there compiling a list,
Yeah.
installing
Easy way
everything.
out.
The
Easy
easy
way
way
out.
out. Then get all pissed off, flipping your table, and then like deleting everything.
if you go on those forums and like you go to the support section and there's a guy like, well, I can't get this game to work, my software, whatever, and they like ask them for like, what's the model number on your PS2? What are the BIOS you're using? And then like the guy would respond, he's like, yo, screw this. This is too much work. I'm just gonna go buy a PS2. And then everybody will respond like, oh, ban him, ban him. He clearly does not own a PlayStation 2. Yeah, neither do you fucker. Like what? Like okay, I can maybe understand. Okay, you have a PS2. You want to play the game in 1080p. Okay, that's probably what certain people are emulating for. But I refuse to believe that 100% of the emulation community surrounding PSX2 has a PS2 just sitting there and they're using their own BIOS. Because in order to get it to work, you need the system BIOS number, which you get from your unique console, and you put it into the emulator, and the emulator turns into a PS2 pretty much. But you can download BIOS files and just add them
Yep, that's what I did.
to your
Pretty
thing,
much.
yeah.
That's what.
And like if you say you're doing that, they will become like they're all just like they're all Sony executives, and they're all just gonna stab you in the chest because you don't own a console from like 2001. Like, no one's losing money on that anymore, man. Like, they don't even sell them anymore.
I know it's technically illegal to emulate games even if you own them and stuff. It's like really weird territory, I suppose.
But nobody cares. It's
Yeah.
old games.
Well, nobody cares when you can't get the game. Like if it's the Berserk game or whatever, no one cares. No one's losing anything from that, I don't think. But when they have like these re-releases of games, I think that's when it starts to get a bit weird. Like if I wanted to emulate the Wind Waker, but the Wind Waker HD just came out, I don't think a lot of people would be like too happy with me if I went, oh, I've been emulating the Wind Waker and it's really good.
I'm playing it in HD already on my emulator.
Yeah, you can like install like
Sucker.
a patch to make it look beautiful and
Yeah. Well, dude, there's screenshots. I think the. Oh no, I'm thinking of the Wii emulator. No, GameCube, Dolphin. I don't know which. I think
yeah, I think
it's
Yeah,
Dolphin,
Dolphin.
GameCube.
I
I've
think it's
seen.
both actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it is
one.
both.
Shit, which one is it? I don't know. Doesn't matter. All I know is
I used to have that one.
I've seen
Sucks.
like 1080p screenshots of like Wii and GameCube games being emulated, and Nintendo games look absolutely beautiful in HD with everything pumped out. So you can make a man jealous by doing
Dude,
that.
even like PS1 and Nintendo 64 is like still like it's possible to emulate those pretty well now, but it takes a lot of effort. So,
It's just
Yeah, but they look pretty good when you emulate them
oh yeah,
because of like I don't know, they've upscaled the graphics or something. I
yeah,
have no idea what, but
and those work also.
Banjo-Kazooie
yeah.
stuff.
I've had a lot of luck
No,
emulating.
you can don't say Banjo Kazooie because you can buy that on Xbox. So
Oh
don't say
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Everybody,
don't have an Xbox.
You've been listening to the Permadeath podcast. We have been DMCA'd by Rare.
But rare.
If
Dang
Rare
it.
are listening to this, please go back to your golden days. I miss
Yeah,
you.
go make another Donkey Kong
I don't
Country.
even know if the same team is like that. Like the same team who made up Rare back in the golden days still actually makes up Rare.
I don't know what happened. It
probably
was
not.
like they left Nintendo and
They got
it
bought
was
up by
like everything was bad.
yeah, they got bought by Microsoft. They made Cameo, which I never actually played.
I played on like 5 minutes of that because I was really excited about it coming out on the GameCube, I think, at some point. It was supposed to be a GameCube game, from
Oh,
what I remember.
and then it was a
And
60
it was
launch.
so bad.
Ooh,
I did not enjoy that experience at all. But I never played on the full game, so it could get better, I'm not sure. So.
poor Rare.
They made
Anybody
Star Fox
play
Adventures, that was good.
anybody play the new Donkey Kong Country games? Like the recent ones?
The one on
Uh,
Wii? That was the last
Yeah,
one.
the
I
one
played.
on Wii.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
the one
good. It was
the Wii.
solid.
But like, okay,
Super fun.
I just want to talk about this briefly because we're talking about Rare, and they made the old ones. It's so different compared to the old ones. Like I was disappointed with it. Like as a game, it's good, but as a Donkey Kong game, I wasn't happy with it.
Really?
Yep,
I heard
Okay.
universally great things about the new Donkey Kong game.
it's still a good game. No, don't get me wrong. It's a good game, but it's for me, it's not a good Donkey Kong game.
I mean, as far as new platformers go, I'm partial to the Rayman games, but I've been wanting to pick up Donkey Kong the 3DS.
Yeah, I have that. That's the one I played. Um, it's
Is that
all right.
literally a port of the Wii one?
It is with just like
Yes.
some new
3D
stuff.
graphics? Okay.
Yeah,
Thought
and
you
they
were
took
coming
out
again.
they took out the motion controls, obviously. And
You like
Yeah.
throwing your Wii around. I mean, your
But
So-
those
yes around.
The
Carry
latest game that comes out from Rare is like in a month, and it's Connect Sports Rivals.
Yeah,
Oh,
looking forward to
no.
that.
fucking
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations, everybody.
The last 3 games have been Connect Sports games, actually. Connect Sports Season
So
2, and then
basically-
Connect Sports Rivals.
So basically, they were bought out by Microsoft, and now they're just Microsoft's little bitch.
Pretty much.
I remember
put
all
it
the
nice-
like
to put it
3D
nicely.
sorry. I remember all the 3D platformy games that they did for the N64 were really good. Like they did was it Donkey Kong 64?
Oh yeah.
They did Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. And I think those
Mhm.
might have been the only ones that I
Conker's
played,
Bad
but
Fur
I
Day. Anybody play
Perfect
Oh, of
Dark.
course,
Perfect
yeah.
Dark. Perfect
Yeah.
Dark.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was awesome.
they did.
Killer Instinct.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, Killer Instinct.
Oh, God. You know what, dude?
That's like their prime.
The multiplayer in Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh,
I
so
played that with my brother like 40 hours. Well, it was not 40 hours in a day, but like a lot.
good.
It was like the teddy
40
bears
hours a day.
Teddy
We were also on
bears.
drugs.
versus the squirrels, like World War II.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude,
Conker's
that
Bad
was
Fur Day
awesome.
is like one of my favorite games on the N64. Like I wish I could own it again, but it's like really expensive right now.
It had the worst remake of all time. Anyway.
Dude, it's so like dirty to put it nicely.
That was a really odd game to come out on the N64 though, which as
I
far
can't
as I
believe
understood, was
it
a
came
pretty
out.
family-friendly console.
I can't believe it came out for the N64. It's crazy.
And then they had these odd games like Turok and Conker's Bad Fur Day that were just so not suited to it in a way.
Like the Turok, like FPS type controls where you had to use the C buttons to like look around
That was the worst.
because you didn't have twin sticks, so like
Yeah.
you'd move with like the middle joystick and
So awkward.
like use the yellow C buttons.
That's why I never beat Turok. I never beat it because I just got too frustrated with the controls actually.
Like even using it for like not even N64, this is GameCube, like Time Splitters, and using the C stick for that didn't feel as good as it should have, I suppose.
Oh, on
That's true.
the game.
On the GameCube.
Yeah, that's the C stick was really tiny.
Like if I had to pick a favorite controller ever, it would be the GameCube controller, but I don't think it's suited to like FPS games at all.
I really like the game controller. I really like the triggers. Well, I don't know if we call them triggers on there, but the shoulder buttons on the GameCube, your fingers just kind of like slipped into them like a sock.
Yeah, they just sat there, didn't they? It just fit.
Whoop. Like it was contoured to
Yeah, good little.
the human finger.
It was a good controller. I miss that controller.
You know what I like? I like the Dreamcast controller.
Yeah, that was an alright controller as well, actually.
Because it was so weird looking. Like
Yeah.
Got the whole
it had
UMD.
Tamagotchi.
it looked like I found it in a temple. Like if I spray painted that thing gold and threw it in like a pyramid, it would look like it belonged in there. Like obviously,
Next Indiana Jones movie.
yeah, cut
Yeah.
the wire off of it. Obviously, I don't. Egyptians aren't running around plugging that shit into walls. But no, not into walls. You don't plug a controller into a wall.
You're doing it wrong, Bill.
I just, all my validation is gone now. I don't know anything about games. I'm just a talking head.
That's where we end the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's
See
it for
everybody.
this week. Later, guys.
I was hired to talk about games. I don't know anything.
You're just an angry man. That's all it is.
Well, this is the whole point of the podcast. It's just like let Bill like yell. That's it.
Yeah, for like a
Yell
week,
at
so he doesn't have to go back to therapy.
That's not the.
Truth. All right,
Oh.
Bill, explain to me why the podcast is called Permadeath. By the way, I never got an explanation.
I guess.
It's beautiful.
Some people might not know what permadeath means. I mean, like if I was gonna like pitch this to somebody, they might think I'm just some kind of gothic guy or something. Like I really like wearing black, and you're gonna permanently be dead. Or
Oh
something
god, I just got this image of you like in black lipstick,
I know.
like
I just
nail
thought-
polish
yeah.
and stuff.
I'm
anybody
like a Hot
listening?
Topic employee.
Anybody
He
listening
has
to
like
this,
mascara on.
if you want to Photoshop me like a gothic man, go ahead and
And please tweet that to me at Ryan Kubo.
I'll
Thanks.
put it in my
Appreciate it.
recycle. But permadeath is a feature that has caught on again recently over the last few years. The interest in roguelikes and roguelike-likes and roguelites have just caught fire over the last few years with games like Binding of Isaac and FTL and Spelunky and
Rogue
all those
Legacy in a way.
games. Which one?
Rogue Legacy as well.
Yeah.
Yes, Rogue Legacy. And like where you start off and when you die, and that character you're playing on is permanently dead.
Isn't there even one in Minecraft? Hardcore mode in Minecraft?
Oh,
Yes.
there's hardcore mode, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. They're adding one to Starbound as well.
Yeah.
Next patch. But yeah, so I have an affinity for those kinds of games. I really love Spelunky. I really love Binding of Isaac. Rogue Legacy is awesome. And there's just something about that feature that I really like. And I'm like, well, oh, let's make a gaming podcast. How many names could I run through before it sounds super generic, like I'm trying to be on Game Station, which is no longer a thing, I don't think. Permadeath sounded wonderful. And
Yeah, you need to do a permadeath Skyrim run at some point. You'll have fun.
yeah, you're telling me about that. That sounds like I would be mad in 5 minutes.
Pretty much.
It's basically so what you do is you play it on legendary difficulty and you just go until you die. And so far my experience with it has been very short, but it's fun because it definitely gets you back into playing games that you might not have another reason to, I guess.
Oh yeah, giving like self-made challenges. That's one thing with replayability in games. You know what? Before I get into this, somebody told me on the internet they called me a fucking idiot because they told me replayability wasn't a word, and like I don't care. Like I don't like it is now. Like fucking selfie.
You're an idiot. I'm unsubscribing. You use
Like
that word. That's not a
people
word.
people use the word replayability when talking about games. People use fucking physicality is not a word, but ESPN analysts use it all the damn time.
Marathon isn't a word either, actually.
Which one?
Marathoned, like I marathoned an anime.
Oh yeah,
that's not a word. I always use that.
yeah. I use it too. It's a good word. It sounds good. Marathon. But anyway, being able to set your own challenges. Everybody really wants there to be like set achievements or like they need a reason to go into like a new. I mean, I like these too. Don't get me wrong. Like a new game plus, or they want like limitless side quests. But like, I think it's cool just giving yourself like a thing to do and just trying it. Like the permadeath on Skyrim. That's not even in the fucking game, but it sounds awesome, and I'm gonna do it. And the Nuzlocke thing with Pokemon.
hmm
That I would never do that because I'm not a patient man. Um,
Yeah, pretty
First,
much.
you have to beat like Pokemon X and Y on normal. You
you
know,
bring that up to me again, you little shit.
dude, it's been so long. I've been
I
telling you
I'm gonna
every time.
fucking kick you. Yeah, I did not beat them yet. Sorry.
I don't even have them yet, so
I'm on
whatever.
the second gym. Well, you know what, Kubo? You can buy it and then catch up to me and we can play it together.
Dude,
I'll
you can
just
like
pass
catch up to
you,
him in the first like 2
probably.
hours.
Yeah, how
Yeah,
far into
I'm
it are you?
like 5 hours.
Oh yeah, it's like second gym.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
How?
Well,
Okay, here's my question: how big is your backlog? Because every time I talk to you, you just tell me you have like 1,000,000,001 games to play.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, about replayability is like every time I look at a game, I'm always concerned about how long it is. Like, oh, is this? How much am I getting for my money? But
Right.
what I should be doing is I should be looking for short games because, as I'm sure there's articles about, I'm sure every person who plays games can relate. Like especially with Steam sales and just in general. Like, I've bought so many games over the last year. Like on a
Right.
3DS, I have like 10 games sitting here. 10 fucking 50+ hour games for my 3DS. I'm looking at them right now. They're looking at me, and like over 100 games on Steam, and a bunch of games in the. I have not played any of them, and I keep buying them. My backlog is gross. Like if I like put my backlog into physical form, like into one big like like singular piece of shit,
Right.
you would you would vomit.
I would vomit. Yeah,
Um,
I would. Fair enough.
as I'm sure everyone here, their backlog probably
Dude, my
stinks.
backlog is
Mm.
crazy because yeah, the Steam sales, that's
It's
the
getting
main
worse.
thing.
Yeah.
That is the main thing. Like this last Steam sale, the Christmas one or the end of the year one, like I try to stay off and I still bought like 4 games. You know, it's possible. It's deals.
My
Like
backlog
Yeah,
is
I'm
huge
getting.
because of Humble Bundle. That's
Yeah,
it.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. It's
Oh yeah,
awful because
you get like 8 games at a time.
there's like there's like the weekly one now too. So it's
Yeah.
awful.
I buy 90% of the humble bundles.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
Me
they're so
too.
like
Bad.
good.
yeah, why not? Like you pay like even if or even if I mean like a lot of people probably pay just $1 and get that. But even if you're paying like beating the average, you're paying like $5-6 and you're getting like 8 fucking games.
Yeah, and
Like
sometimes you
that's
get games like
crazy.
there was this one for like $6. It's like Dead Space 3, Battlefield 3, Mirror's Edge, like Sims 3, all these
Yeah.
games for like $6. What I'm gonna be like, no, that's too much. Like, no, that's like one. Even if it was like one of those games for $6, it pretty might be worth it. So it's
Yeah, I remember the THQ bundle just before they went under, and it was like you could get
Yeah,
Saints Row the
Saints
Third for
Row.
like
yeah.
$5 or something. So I bought like two of those. That was great.
Okay, I
Yeah,
was
two
I'm
of those.
excited with
Yeah,
that.
I gave one to a friend. I was like, let's play Saints Row. And they were like, okay. So I did.
That is a cracking co-op game. It's cracking.
Man.
But yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah.
like you go on and like even I bought a game called like luckily I've heard since I bought it that it's very good. A game called Valdis Story of Steam. And it's like a side-scrolling Metroidvania game with RPG elements, and like it looked really cool. But I was at like my relative's house on like New Year's Day or something. I opened up my Steam app; it's on sale for $370. And I'm like, well, I do like platformers, and I bought it, and
Yep.
I'm never gonna play it.
I buy every single platformer
Like,
that pretty much goes on sale.
Look into my eyes right now, and I'm gonna tell you something. Look into my eyes. I'm never gonna play that game, but I bought it
pretty much.
anyway. Why? What the fuck? I bought Samurai Warriors for the 3DS. Why?
Why?
Why? Why the
Honestly,
fuck did I
that
do
one's
that?
a lot.
I paid like $6 for it, but why?
You fool.
Why? And now to clarify, I do like the Samurai and Dynasty Warriors franchise. There's something about them that like I really like these. But like I played it for 10 minutes, and it's at the right now. You can tell how much I've played a 3DS game out of the list, out of this pile I have here, by where it is in the stack, and that's at the bottom. Shinobi's
Nice.
above it. I don't even think I even played Shinobi.
Dude, I haven't even opened
Oh my
Shinobi
goodness.
since I bought it. I've had it for like 3 months, and I haven't even opened it.
It's a shame. I haven't even beaten Fire Emblem. I haven't beaten Pokemon.
You know what I started doing?
We suck as gamers, dude. That's
Why do we even have this podcast, first of all?
we don't play
Can't finish
games.
all our games. We don't. What I do, honestly, is like now is I buy a Humble Bundle, and then...
Did you like pass out? Did he pass out?
And then,
Kuba,
and then he just
Kuba, are you there?
That's the biggest cliffhanger.
that was beautiful.
Totally.
It's like
Yeah. Hello?
Yay!
Dude, I don't know what just happened. My internet just like had a huge spike, and then yeah, where did I cut off?
and then that's where you stopped.
You're about to tell me what happened that time when you got lost in Mexico.
Oh, right. So that one time, no, that was amazing. Let me see if everything's okay, and keep this in, please. Keep this in the podcast.
I'm not getting anything out of that.
Good. You better not,
Editing.
because I want to hear what I sounded like.
Bill's not gonna edit.
You don't know what your own voice sounds like, Kuba?
No, I wanted to know where it ended. Like I wanted to hear what it sounded like. That's why.
Oh,
It ended perfectly. You're like, I buy a humble bundle, and then cut out. So what
Well,
do you
yeah.
do when you buy a humble bundle? I want to know.
Oh, okay. Well, I live stream all the games that come in the Humble Bundle now, so at least like I get some progress in each game. So it's not like, oh, I bought them and never played them at all, you know?
So the only difference with you is that you play them for like 30 minutes to an hour each.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
No, but
then
then
you
it's like-
and then you never play them. Okay.
No, I do. I go back to them and play them still, like every once in a while, but not
by
like
the
on
way,
stream.
in
But...
the latest bundle, that game Reus, did you play that yet?
Yeah, it's fun, dude.
Because
It's solid.
I really like God games. I really like games where
I bought that game.
I'm still debating whether or not I'm gonna buy this bundle or not. The only game I really want to play is that.
Not Surgeon Simulator? You don't want to get pissed?
No, I feel like Surgeon Simulator would bore me really quick. Because I feel like once you've seen the videos of Surgeon Simulator, you've seen the game.
That's true. I
Not
don't
that
even
I'm
remember
saying
what else was out in this
Not
thing.
that I'm saying it's not fun.
It'd probably be fun, like to play once. Like
It's probably fun to play while drunk with friends. Like, oh look at me, I cracked guy's ribs. And then,
Well, they added Horde, Tokitori 2, and Strike Suit Zero, I think, yesterday to it. So
Strike Suit Zero looks pretty rad.
that one's pretty
That
fun.
looks like Macross the game.
I like Macross.
Turn into a plane and then a mech and then just
Yeah.
shit.
Rias itself is like $10, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like by itself, I don't think it's worth $10.
But is it worth $5? You know what?
It's worth $5.38.
It's worth $5 and then all the other games that come with it.
Yeah, definitely.
I heard To the Moon's a very good game as well. But there's a lot of those sappy, emotional indie games.
I love sad, emotional indie games.
Not that I have anything against them. But
What a hipster.
But ever since Gone Home, like I'm just kind of worn out on hearing about them. Because every publication on the internet made Gone Home their game of the year, pretty much.
Am I the only one who doesn't feel like that should be game of the year, or is that just me? I mean, it was a good game. It was solid.
It's a controversial topic, because there's the argument is what what constitutes a game. Like,
right?
Is Gone Home actually a game? Like, and yeah, I'm not gonna say it's not a game. Like, just because it's more exploration based and you're not like shooting a guy getting a high score doesn't mean it's not a game. You're still actively pushing yourself through the story. It's not on rails. Like, you're moving. Like, I consider that a game. Like, I don't go to the movies and push a button and like fucking Liam Neeson jumps off a building. Like, that's a movie. But it's just weird. Like I didn't play it yet, but it's like there's some kind of secret sauce in this game. Like every like Rev 3, Polygon, like everybody is making this their game of the year. Like cool. I mean, like I don't want to hate on it, but I mean, like cool. But I feel like now there's gonna be like 18 different versions of Gone Home coming out this year from some guy who thinks he can make it. Like, well, I made a game about a guy who comes home and, well, guess what? All his pets are gone. And you gotta fucking find your cat. And
all the pets are gone.
You're gonna cry. And, and then
how many pets did this guy have?
Adam Sessler makes it game of the year. I really love the cat, the cat self-image in this game when you found out you were actually the cat. And my game of the year. And,
Spoilers. God.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Damn it! Sorry, everybody. I spoiled Gone Cat. But yeah, To the Moon. I looks cool. I don't know. But yeah.
Just do
this is
yourself
the
a
first
favor
time
and
in
buy
forever.
it. Buy it.
This is the first time in forever I've not been interested in the Humble Bundle at all. Like, I don't know why.
A lot of people are really mad about, like, there's people are saying like death threats to Humble Bundle about, because this is like,
I thought it was a bundle that was supposed to like help charity and stuff.
yeah, this is like this is the 10th one, and like they teased it a little bit on like Instagram and Twitter, like X marks the spot, and everyone's like, oh shit, what's gonna be in this fucking bundle? Like, oh, Guacamelee, you better bet your mom's ass it's going to be Guacamelee. And then when it wasn't Guacamelee, like the internet exploded. And if you go to like the Humble Bundle Facebook, you'd be like, I'll fucking rip your fucking esophagus out, you fucks. You humble
I want to say
fucks.
that's a little exaggerated, but sure,
Like,
let's go.
no, I swear to God, people are like threatening to kill Humble Bundle because like Guacamelee wasn't in the. It was on sale for like $3. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't it literally just on sale?
fucking, if you want to play Guacamelee that bad that you want to kill a man for it, just go buy Guacamelee before you end up in prison. Like $10 is gonna get you right out of prison.
That's tip of the day right now.
They were also mad as well because what happened was their Starbound was in the bundle for 30 seconds. They had a limited 1,000 Starbound keys in the bundle, and if you bought it really fast, you got Starbound for however the average. To beat the average price was like $10, and people were mad because the game was gone in like 5 seconds. So like their website crashed, and people who got their orders through didn't end up getting Starbound because it, like, even though they bought it at the right time, it didn't process quick enough, and everybody else got it first. All kinds of shit. And then they were accusing Humble Bundle of using that tactic to hike the average price up, so that the beat the average price was at $10 when it first came out, even though Starbound was no longer in the bundle. So people are like, well, you're making me pay $10 for these beat the average games, and like I don't even want them, or don't buy them. And they said that was a cheap tactic, which I mean, like that's probably obviously what they did, but I mean, like Humble Bundle is a charity, but it's also a business too. So I mean, like whatever. But to send death threats is just so stupid.
Well, Starbound isn't that expensive.
No, they're saving $5 on Starbound.
Yeah,
$5 on Star. That's enough to murder the people.
People have murdered for a lot less, though. Let's be honest here.
Yeah,
Come on.
I guess, yeah.
Starbound has a lot of hype to it, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's arguably probably one of the biggest indie games to come out probably since Minecraft, as far as
still refuse to pay early access.
Since Terraria was huge.
Yeah, but exactly, people still aren't paying the. Well, it's $11.99 here, but it's not that much money. It's less than Minecraft for sure. So
Minecraft's like $30 now.
It's $15.
I got Minecraft for like $5 in alpha, and I don't regret it because I don't have to buy it for $30.
I think I paid $25 for it.
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's like a few different prices for it. There's like the alpha price, and there was like
I got it in beta still before it came out.
I got it in alpha.
Yeah, I got it in beta, and they had like a half price weekend, and that was when I ended up getting it.
Yeah, that might have been when I got it as well. I got it a while ago.
So I mean, I guess Humble Bundle has to watch their backs whenever they make a new bundle now, because no one's happy. But then again, it's the internet. No one is ever happy with anything that they get. It's people are.
Prime example, you right now.
You little shit.
You little truth.
I'm not happy with you.
Shocking.
You fucking bastard. You leaf picture bastard.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Leaf picture bastard. I don't think our viewers would understand that.
what have you guys been playing?
What have we been playing? Just jumping right into that. I've been playing a lot of older stuff. Wind Waker HD, Monster Hunter 3.
I'm so
Actually, that's
jealous.
not too old. That's old. They're old because Wind Waker HD is an old GameCube game remake, and Monster Hunter 3 is a Wii game remade.
Yeah, but they improved a bunch of stuff with the Wind Waker HD from what I've seen of it. Like,
It's good.
the photos for the figures, you can take like 12 of those now, and it tells you if it's like usable or not, and that's the best thing that's ever existed. And just I don't know, it looks so good, and I really want to play it because I don't have my copy of the Wind Waker anymore, and I don't have a Wii U, so I'm just without it, and it makes me sad.
Would you buy a Wii U just for that game, or it's not?
If I had the money for it, absolutely, I'd have a Wii U by now. But I'm kind of waiting for a price drop on the Wii U because I think that might happen soon because it's selling pretty badly as far as I understand.
Might come during like the holiday time again. Probably gonna.
Oh man, I don't want to have to wait a year.
Probably take a while for a price drop.
Oh.
I'm in no rush to get one. Nothing's interesting me on the console yet. Or in any
Well,
of the
Monster-
So they
consoles
have
that matter.
Hyrule Warriors coming out at some point, which is the thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Ah.
true.
I'm
And Smash, I guess.
I like the Warriors games, and that's cool.
Yeah, but you can get Smash Bros on the 3DS this time around, can't you? I don't know if it's going to be the same game or not, but
they're handling them both differently, to my knowledge. I know that the 3DS
Yeah.
one is like cell shaded kind of, which actually looks really cool. I mean, I don't have a Wii U, so I mean, like that's my only option for Smash this time.
Well, I want to play
I think it's gonna
Smash
be-
Bros in HD. That's what I want to do.
I think it's going to be horrific playing it on my 3DS because I don't have an XL.
Me
I've just
neither.
got like a normal tiny one, and I
Me
just feel like
neither.
it's going to be horrible.
I'm a man. I could deal with this. That wasn't supposed to be sex. That wasn't like making funny.
Heard it here first, folks. Bill's an
I'm a
angry
man.
sexist.
I use the small 3DS.
But I just feel like people who aren't, who probably would have bought a Wii U for it but have a 3DS and go, well, I'm not that bothered, probably not going to buy a Wii U for it.
I mean,
Kind
the
of
thing
sad.
is like I want to get a Wii U because I do want to play Smash. I do want to play Mario Kart 8. I do want to play Super Mario 3D World. I do want to play Zelda. I do want to play Hyrule Warriors. They're going to release a Metroid eventually. They're going to release the new Zelda eventually.
Star Fox, please.
Son of a bitch. I want one. And they're making the Shin Megami Tensei Fire Emblem crossover for the Wii U. Man, I just salivated.
Yeah,
Any
I
of those
picked
games.
up I picked up the Wii U, the Zelda edition, and on eBay. This guy, I don't know how, but he sold like 600 of them during the holidays, and they sold out
Did
fast.
he
But
make them in his garage?
no, it's official ones. He must have like ordered like 2 or 3 pallets of them or something from Nintendo. But
You just
he was,
bought it from like the like human version of Nintendo. That man is Nintendo.
pretty much. He had like a whole garage full of them. Probably.
He walks into work. Hey, Nintendo. Hey.
But it's crazy because he was selling them like $50 cheaper than they were selling at the store. Plus, I don't have to pay taxes because it's on eBay. So I saved like pretty much like $80 off of it. So I was lucky to get one because they were selling like every couple of seconds. When he posted it, they sold in like 15-20 minutes. It was just kind of like,
Yeah. I mean, like, I would like to get a Wii U for Smash because I mean, if I get it on my 3DS, I'm gonna play it in my house anyway. And like, if there's a console version of the game, like, I'd rather play that in my house because I mean, like, I don't take my handheld out anywhere with me. Like, frankly, I don't really go anywhere where I have enough time to pull out a 3DS and start playing a game on it. So like I play up my handheld system on my couch. So like it's so taunting like to sit here and play Smash Bros on my handheld on my couch when I have a TV right next to me when I could just save up for a few more weeks and get a Wii U and play it on there. But either way, I don't know how much confidence I have in the online for it after playing Brawl and it being a lag fest. But anyway,
Is it backwards compatible, the Wii U, or not?
yes, it
so
is.
you can play Wii.
Is that how you've been playing Monster Hunter, or is that
I know I got the Wii U Monster Hunter one.
Oh, there's a Wii U one now. I'm so
Yeah,
behind.
they
Yeah,
released
it's just a remake with a bunch of stuff added to it.
It's on the 3DS as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So
I swear that console is just like remake central.
yeah, that's what the only
Remaking
stuff I
games
play.
forever.
And I play Earthbound on it as well because I downloaded it. Because I'm not paying like $300 for that game, so I'll just buy it for 10. You know, of the Wii Shop. So
Good plan.
yeah, that's pretty much what my Wii U is for. Is just playing old games. I haven't played like the new Mario games or anything on it yet, which I want to because the new one that came out, that 3D one, that was supposed to be very good. 3D Land World.
World, yeah. Land's the 3DS one. I heard really good things about, well, both of them, but I heard amazing things about
Yeah,
World.
I heard about World that it's like the best like Mario game since Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES. So I don't
I've
know.
just lost so much interest in like Mario games lately. I don't know why. I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
because it's Mario games and they've been coming out for like 20, 30 years. So.
Dream
I
Team
know,
is
but they
really
sort of
good.
peaked with Mario 64 for me, and then I've just not really been interested. Especially when they were doing, the new Super Mario Brothers 15 or whatever.
Well, this one is supposed to be like on that level of Super Mario 64. This 3D
I
World.
loved Sunshine, man.
Oh, Sunshine was good as
Yeah,
well,
Sunshine
but I
was
don't think it
awesome.
was as good as 64, in my opinion.
I do like Galaxy as well. Galaxy had a killer track.
I didn't
I
play
didn't like
Galaxy.
Galaxy that much. I don't know
Damn,
why.
damn.
I just like the music. That was it, man.
Music's
I didn't
beautiful.
really care for it. Yeah.
Galaxy games.
Galaxy seems very interesting because you're just like jumping. Off
They're
planets
good.
and
I
shit.
mean,
Awesome.
it's not like, I mean, it is traditional Mario platform, but you are running upside down sometimes. So, I mean, if you don't like that,
I hate running upside down.
it's,
It's the worst thing ever.
You should get a character in Rogue Legacy that has vertigo.
Yeah, I did play that. Yeah.
I love birth defects and
It's the worst thing. Like how like you think somebody beat the game with that defect?
you know what? Look up on YouTube. I bet you somebody has
Somebody
at
has
least
to.
a far
He
playthrough.
did like a speed run in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
With that.
In all
Blindfold,
seriousness,
one-handed.
I played a Vertigo character on Rogue Legacy once, and I was like, nope, not doing that again. So I'll go with
Yeah.
any other trait that's not Vertigo.
Same here. I played him once. It was so weird. That's such a cool like feature for that game. Like the black and white, or you can't really see too far. It's great. Indie
Yes.
platform.
What are you playing, Bill?
Me, I have been trying so hard to get into Fallout 3. I've been like trying my best because like it has everything I like in a game. Like it's so weird that I'm having so much trouble trying to get into it because like on paper, like it has all the ingredients and like that I would like in a soup. And like I don't know what the problem is. I keep trying. Maybe I'm just gonna stop trying to force it and just kind of let myself glide back into it naturally. Um, but other than that, I've kind of just been jumping around from like some of the shorter stuff that I've bought over the Steam sale, like Guacamelee, and then some of the like roguelike lights and roguelites and all that stuff, like Rogue Legacy and Spelunky, which I have a love affair with. Um, but honestly, not too much. I'm gonna be resubscribing back to World of Warcraft pretty soon, because
It's
I
nice
need.
to know
Do
you.
do the right thing, Bill. Just come to the horde and we're good.
Screw you.
Whatever, dude. Who
Ebba,
else are you gonna play with?
Ebba, you were Horde too, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Yes. Correct choice.
Well, the
sir.
Horde.
God
Yeah.
damn. Son of a bitch. I like Alliance, man. I like them.
I'm leveling the Alliance character right now, the
I
Hunter,
like-
just principle alone.
I like Ironforge. I like Stormwind. I like Darnassus.
Yeah, whatever.
So pretty. I played the demo. Well, before I played the demo for Bravely Default on the 3DS, I haven't turned this thing on in a long time. And I had to. They updated it so you can go on like the Miiverse or whatever the hell that thing is, where you can post like
Right.
status updates. Or I'm playing Zelda and stuff
Ooh.
like that. And that's on the Wii U. They added it to the 3DS, so you have to update your system. Okay, whatever. So I download the update, and then you have to link your 3DS to this all new Nintendo Network ID. So I do that, and they ask me to show this to my parents, and
I remember that.
I'm like, okay,
What?
they just assume that I'm some little bitch ass kid, and like I have Shin Megami Tensei 4 in my card slot. You know, they should know I'm a grown ass man. I got a
You're a
beard.
man.
I have a game in here where I just captured a demon with mega cleavage. That I'm a fucking man.
Hey,
I
Bill, I want to know. Did you show it to your parents?
no.
Oh,
Wow,
Um,
what a rebel.
What's your
but,
Nintendo ID? I need to report you.
Yeah,
you
really.
should report me because out of my impatience, I put the word poop in my password. And like I've always had poop has been in my passwords forever. Like since RuneScape, I have had the word poop in my password. Like
Well.
it's just been I've just done that. Like it's
Starting to guess all your account information right
you
now.
will never know.
Going on Facebook right now to try to log into your Facebook.
Try to guess. See, it's not for everything.
poop
Now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not.
Yeah, right.
It's not for everything nowadays anymore because some of my accounts for some MMOs are compromised and they guess my password, so I changed out the poop one.
Shocking that they guessed your password.
Well, this is not the easiest poop password to guess. This isn't like
Is it like poop spelled backwards?
But I've always loved it, and even my account name for World of Warcraft, my first ever like before they changed it to like your battle.net email address, like you had just your account name that you'd log in with, and it was Master Poop. So like
Yeah, I remember that.
I really wish because they're sitting over there at Blizzard just monitoring things, and they probably have a whole record of who subscribed and when, and a whole count log. They have old records in a cabinet somewhere with my account name on it, and somebody at some point looked at it and showed it to everybody in the office. Look at this. Look at this piece of shit.
Literally.
Named Master Poop. Look at his password. It also has poop in it. And if I try to make a character with the name Poop, it wouldn't let me. Why is it okay if my account name is Master Poop? I don't get it. But yeah, so my password now with Nintendo has the word poop in it. So I update that, and then it loads for like another 30 minutes. All I want to do is play the demo to Bravely Default. That's all I want to do. Like, it's late. I don't know why I'm even trying to play it. It was like 4:30 in the morning. I had class at 8. And I want to play the demo. And I finally got it, and I played it a little bit. And I don't know if I actually like JRPGs or not, or if I just have myself fooled into thinking that I do.
Fair enough.
Because I've never beaten a JRPG before. I've never beaten a Final Fantasy. I've just never done it. I haven't played
Ew.
Trigger. I have played them. I've started them,
Buddy,
but like
come on.
I don't know if I actually
Ew.
genre or if like because I like anime, I just think oh I like JRPGs. I love them. I fucking love them. And then like after hour 30, as I'm grinding on slimes, I'm like I don't actually like these games. I don't like these games.
You don't like the grind?
And then I turn right around and I buy another one.
You play Tales of the Abyss yet?
No, it's sitting there. I'm never gonna play it.
Son of a bitch, man, dude. Send it to me, man. I want that game.
Like, what is wrong with me? Like Fire Emblem, I don't count that. I mean, I guess you can, but it's an SRPG. I don't count it. I'm talking like down and dirty JRPG. You get into a random battle and there's your characters swaying back and forth in a dirty stare with the enemy. I've never beaten one, and I played Bravely Default, and I played the demo for about an hour, and I'm like, okay, this is a JRPG. You get in random battles and you fight things, and your characters are that, and I don't think I like them, even though I want to really try, because I get really jealous when I talk to my friends, and they're like, "Yo, I just put like 80 hours into this, and I unlocked like the secret dungeon at the end by like playing New Game Plus." I'm like, "Oh, that's really cool that you're really into that kind of game. I like that. I want to be that man too. I want to be that man." And I try, and I suck.
Well, at least they gave you a really good chunk of demo for you to go, yeah, I probably shouldn't buy this game.
It's a pretty big demo.
Well, it's entirely different from what's actually in the game, as far as I understand, isn't it?
And if you beat it, like you can carry some items over to the main game, which is cool. I like it when games do that. That way, after I play the demo for 2 hours, I don't buy the game, and then I play the same fucking exact segment for 2 hours again. Like, oh, shit, I fucking haven't played this. Fucking Jesus Christ. And then I'm already bored because I played the fucking demo, and then I just never beat the game.
Mhm.
Which, sorry, I promise I don't like hearing myself talk this long. I
Lies.
the game Etrian Odyssey, which I really love on the 3DS. I played the demo for that, and then I bought the full game, and you can transfer your save. Um, and the demo is huge. Like I put like 4 hours into the fucking demo. Uh, I mean, I guess in the game's defense, the game's like 70 hours, but so I guess it's not that much. But that was a cool thing. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have to start over. This is really nice. Thanks, Japan.
So you never played it again?
Not yet. See, the thing is, I had this weird thing. I can't play any of my other 3DS games until I beat Fire Emblem.
I really want to play on Fire Emblem.
It's so good.
Yeah, you do gotta beat Fire Emblem already at this
Sexy
point.
game.
I need to finish it. I'm quite decently into it. I need to sit down and actually play it instead of playing all these remakes.
Instead of talking about it on podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. No, not next week. I'm still gonna play it. Yeah, I also have quite a bit of 3DS games that I bought and haven't played yet. Like, Shin Megami Tensei 4 is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, you got those special editions. I've never played.
Yeah, well, it's for the whole. Hey, we got a free $30 though. I still
That's
haven't
right.
used that. I still haven't used it yet.
I bought Etrian Odyssey with that, and I don't regret that purchase at all because Etrian Odyssey is awesome. But I kind of wish I would have waited for something else.
I bought Dragon Quest 9.
Awesome
Didn't play
game.
that.
You know
Didn't
what?
play that because you're like, dude, it's like freaking a million hours long.
Dude,
Like,
it is. And you know what?
never ending. It's never ending.
I like that game. You know, I guess I do kind of like JRPGs. It just depends. Like Dragon Quest Nine is awesome, and I was having a ton of fun with that. But I had to put it down because I put like 12 hours into it in like 2 days, and none of my other games were getting touched. And I'm like, okay. The only reason I started Dragon Quest Nine at the time is because like there's online to it, and there's like they added like 90 quests for free, which is fucking immense, and I wanted to get them, like, because they took down the online service for the shop, and I'm like, well, what if they take down the online servers for the DLC? Because like, how long are they going to support Dragon Quest Nine? Nobody fucking plays it anymore. So
Sure.
you have to get to a point in the game before you can download the DLC at the end. So in order to download the DLC, I had to play for 12 hours to make sure I have this, and I'll always have it just in case
It downloads to your 3DS.
To the cart, the game cartridge.
Oh, actually,
Huh.
downloads to the
Interesting.
cart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the quests are already in the game.
Oh, it just unlocks them.
It just unlocks them. Yeah, the data's already there. It's
I
just
gotta do that too. I didn't know about that.
yeah. You get to a certain point in one of the inns. I forget what city it is. It's been a while since I started it. And you talk to,
Link me some info about
and
that.
it's so cool because like each floor has like in this inn, once you unlock the DLC, like each floor has a different character from like the previous Dragon Quest games on them, like different heroes from the games. And when you talk to them, they give you like a unique piece of equipment from their like set of gear or weapons and stuff. And it's like, oh, this is sweet. Like, oh my god, it looks badass now.
Wait, was this your first Dragon Quest you played, or did you play any other ones before that?
The first one I played a little bit of 8 before on the PS2.
I've never played any. Of
8's really good as well. But I've never beat it again. Like I said, I never beat a JRPG. It's just not in my fucking my.
But it's so dumb, man. The game I put in most hours into on my 3DS is a Pokemon game. That's so like.
Well, I'm sure that's probably.
That's so predictable, though.
I was gonna say that's probably
Yeah.
not that different from a lot of other people.
Yeah, but I don't want that because it's not my favorite game on the 3DS though. Like I prefer Fire Emblem to Pokemon, but I didn't put as many hours into it.
Because
I don't know
Get
why.
out.
you got hooked on
Get
shiny,
out.
shiny.
Fire Emblem is too good. All right, it's too good.
I can't
X-
imagine how good it is because everyone's like, it's so good, and I just feel like it's not gonna be.
Well, it's a different kind of game. You might not be into the type of game, but if you're somewhat interested in the type of game it is,
Yeah, I will say this.
I
It's
don't know what kind of game it is. I just know that it's a Fire Emblem game that everyone really, really likes. That's about as much as I know.
it's good.
Yeah, same with me.
Kids, it's good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was stretching, right?
oh.
Pokemon X, I put in like, and I didn't even put that much hours into it. I put in over 100 hours into it.
Here's
Something like that.
Fire Emblem's very accessible. I've never really played strategy RPGs before. The only one I ever played is my favorite PS3 game, Valkyria Chronicles. And I'm like, oh, and like for some reason playing that game made me think I'm some kind of like natural born tactician. Like, well, I'm just good at all these games. Let me buy them all. And then I bought XCOM. I suck at it. Like
I haven't even played XCOM.
I put on the permadeath mode. Like, oh, I'm such a good commander. I won't let my troops die. I lost my whole fucking like party of guys in like an hour. Like, ah, shit. I play Fire Emblem. I tried to play it on hard. I got my ass kicked. I'm playing on like normal mode now, casual.
You restarted.
Yeah. Like I don't know why playing Valkyria Chronicles. I didn't even beat it. I don't beat anything. I got stuck on one of the last missions. I never beat it because like there's a part where one of the main bad guys is on this big clock tower and she's just shooting you with her beam sword thing, and I'm like, okay, I don't understand. So I would move my troop, and then they get one shotted every single time. So I looked up on YouTube, and there's some Japanese guy, and he's like fucking kicking its ass. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Like he's doing the same shit. So I just quit, and then the game got stolen from my house. But that's a different story.
All right, I remember that. I remember you complaining about
Stories.
But Fire Emblem is very accessible.
But yeah, Ebby, don't play on hardcore or classic mode. Don't play on classic mode because you will hate that game.
Yeah.
Especially if you've never played games like that, you will hate that game.
Let's go and see how much it is on Amazon, and I will see if I ever have that much money spare. Which I probably won't.
It's very good though.
It's worth every dollar. It's worth
so
retail.
Scarily polished. Like I just playing it like I like this kind of grid based strategy game. Like Valkyria Chronicles is different in that when you pick a troop, you can freely move them around the battlefield, and
but you have a certain amount of steps you can take.
Yeah, it was like a little meter that runs, and when it runs out, your character stops where they stop. But I mean, Fire Emblem, it's
nowhere.
Yeah. Fuck! I'm in the middle of the field. Fuck! There's a tank. But in Fire Emblem, I mean, like it's grid based, so I mean, like those kind of games, I've never really like Final Fantasy Tactics. Like I've never been into those games before. Because
I have played Final Fantasy Tactics before on PS1, but I didn't get far into it. Back then, I was still a noob.
I was tempted to buy it on iOS, because like I'm like, oh cool, I'm sitting in class, I can just play Final Fantasy Tactics, but playing it on my phone screen, I don't think I'd get the same experience I would to getting it off of playing it on.
Yeah, of course.
Like that's a PS1 game, I could just emulate it.
Do you have a PS1? You have to have one sitting around.
Well, the PS3
Yeah, man.
the PS3 can play PS1 games anyway.
So. Oh yeah, that is true. That is true.
And actually, I think that might actually be on PSN.
As a probably is. I know it's on PS Vita and. PS...
Yeah, I'm almost positive. Tactics, either the PS1 version or the PSP remake. I know for a fact it's on PSN. I'm not even gonna look.
When it comes to the PSN and buying like PS1 games or PS2 games, I can't. Most of the time, I just can't buy it. Like I don't want to buy a digital copy. I'd rather put in like an extra like $10 and buy a physical copy.
Yeah, I almost bought Dino Crisis to one night. I've never played.
Oh, for PS1?
Yeah,
I have that for PS1.
I fucking love Dino Crisis. Oh man, that game was good. Resident Evil
was it?
Dinosaurs.
Oh dear.
And then they released like later like sequels, and the characters are in like heavy metal like mech suits, like running around with their heads out a bit. I'm like, what the fuck? This isn't Dino Crisis. This is Gears of War.
This is a lie.
Gears of War wasn't out yet, so I didn't say that when I was 10.
This is Gears of War. Wait, what's Gears of War?
Whoa! I
should write this down. I should patent this before somebody.
I'm actually in like a 11-year lawsuit with Cliff Blazinski right now. So
oh dang.
Trying to get my rights back. Anyway, what are the rest of you guys playing, if anything? Ebby?
I haven't been playing much lately because it's been my birthday this past weekend, so I was just like,
happy birthday!
Thank you. I was just.
Was that a happy birthday? What
that was.
What the hell was it a burp too? What the hell was that?
Did it come out really bad?
Hey, wait, did it not sound like this for you?
No, it didn't.
That's what it sounded like for me. I don't know.
Dude, my mic is messing up.
Well, amazing. Basically, I've not been playing on much because it's been my birthday, so I've been busy doing birthday stuff. But I did play on a little bit of Assassin's Creed 3 because I really wanted to play Assassin's Creed 3 again because I just finished reading the Assassin's Creed 3 novel. Uh-huh. And I forgot that you have to play the first, 2 hours of the game as not the main character.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Wow.
So you start playing as this guy called Haytham, and I just read a whole book about him, so I really wanted to play as the actual assassin
Connor.
who you play as in the game, Connor, because Connor is like my favorite character of all time. And I stopped playing it after about half an hour, I think. I was skipping through all the cutscenes and I was like, I don't want to play as Haytham. This is rubbish. So that's been my gaming experience of the past
Did you
week.
see that they just released the PS Vita game?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Liberation HD.
Yeah.
A friend of mine pre-ordered that for me, and I still can't. Oh, now I can install it. Okay,
You play
that
as
happened in the past like hour.
as
So
a tough, independent black woman in that game.
yeah, you do.
Well, sold me.
She kicks some serious ass, yeah.
Well, I think that the only reason that they like released that game was because no one has a PS Vita to play it
I have a
on.
PS
So
Vita. I have
Yeah.
a PS Vita.
I do too, but it's collecting dust.
The game I played on PS Vita was a game that I already owned on like 3 other platforms, and that was Walking Dead. The Walking Dead game.
Dude, you have that on like
Are you
iOS, your
serious?
Vita, and PC. What the?
I have that everywhere, dude. And then like I ended up buying a Vita to play that game. 'Cause
have you played more than like 5 minutes of it yet?
I beat it in like 2 days.
Yeah,
It's
I'm the
Oh,
one
did you?
who's barely
So
played
good.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I wasn't
good.
sure whether it was you or Bill.
I'm gonna.
No,
put
that
one
game
of-
came free with the Vita. I bought that Amazon deal. It was like 180 something dollars for the Vita. Came with a 4 gig chip. Came with Uncharted, the Uncharted game, the Walking Dead
The only
game,
game I have for it.
Sly Cooper game, that new one, Times and Thieves or something like that, and some indie game. Came with like 4 games. So
You know what the funny thing is, though, is that I was like, maybe I'll buy a PS Vita because I kind of want to play on this Assassin's Creed game, and then they decided that they were going to like port it everywhere. So I was like, oh, well, that
There's
saved
no
me a bit of
point.
money.
Yeah.
There's no point now
Yeah.
unless I want to play on
I'm gonna.
Persona 4, I guess.
If the coin I flip lands on heads, Yokorama, you're gonna send me your Vita. If it lands on tails, Ryan, you're gonna send me your Vita.
Hey, first off, like this is audio Skype call. Don't trust
Yep.
it.
Here we go. Ready?
It's gotta land right in the middle.
Pretty much, go.
Well, I did it. There's once. It landed on heads. I'm gonna do it again. That fell on my carpet. Another on tails. Looks like you're both sending me your Vita.
Oh, crazy. What the?
Get 2 Vitas by next week.
Yeah, if they're not in by next week,
So you can finally play the Walking Dead game that's already pre-installed on mine.
yeah, I already have it on PC.
Yeah.
But I can play it on my like laying down on my couch with like how I used to play Pokemon back in the day, where I would like
For
hold
5
it
hours.
hold it over my head and like lay down with it. Like, yeah, it's just a lot.
Your palms and like hands get numb when you do that.
Yeah, it's worth it though.
My arms get sore. I don't know if my palms ever got numb. What are you gripping it like the Hulk?
No, it's mainly actually it's not really with the the handhelds. It's with my iPhone. When I try to watch something on my iPhone, I can't really hold it. Like
yeah.
you'll block the screen if you'll hold it like the traditional way. So you kind of have to hold it around the edges. So while you're holding it like that, it's very
Yeah.
uncomfortable. So your hands get numb and it starts to hurt. So I didn't have internet for 2 weeks, and I watched Crunchyroll on my iPhone all day every day.
Oh man.
2 weeks.
But the thing about the
Good
PS Vita is that it's really, really good in Japan. They have like loads of games. Like if there's an anime that's really popular, it's probably going to have a PSP game at some point. It just never get brought over to the West.
Danganronpa's coming out here though.
Is it?
Yeah, I like.
You know what's not gonna come out over here? The fucking Detective Conan 3DS game.
Yep.
Is it like a point and click?
I don't. Yeah, I think so.
It's probably like Professor Layton.
Dude, I want to solve mysteries. It's fucking cool.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Bill, it's okay,
You
right?
can get through this.
Conan Edogawa.
Get-
You can beat Conan Edogawa.
You can get the emulation of it in Japanese. There you go.
And then
Nah,
Japanese.
You'll be able to
I
eventually.
wonder how a 3DS in like 30 years, when like NASA releases like a branded desktop computer.
Hey, you can emulate just regular DS games pretty well, I hear.
Yeah, I saw somebody do it on their phone before.
How would you do it though?
Like
on
Neo-
a computer. You can
Why?
actually emulate it on your
Like
computer.
Neo GameSpark was playing like Ace Attorney on his like Samsung Galaxy or something.
Why was he
Okay,
playing
cool.
a portable game on a portable device? Like that's not the actual
But
console.
I think
don't get it.
he actually owned the DS at that point as well.
Is it just look what I could do?
Yeah, principal
Yeah,
one.
that's probably what it is. Like look at this. Like, Ace Attorney's on my phone. And
No, I think the point is that like he could actually do it. He just got that phone, and he was just emulating things just because like for the fact that he could do it. Yeah.
Well, suppose it makes sense.
I had an emulation before on my iPhone when I had my iPhone jailbroken at one point a long time ago, and I played like Zelda and stuff on there. It was very uncomfortable because it's just a touchscreen, and the buttons like while I'm playing, I'm blocking half the screen. It's very uncomfortable. I wouldn't recommend it.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing is Assassin's Creed. About 10 minutes of it, so because I had to uninstall every game from my computer as well for purposes of playing a game that we're not allowed to talk about.
Oh yeah, it's like 400 gigabytes.
It took me like 3 days to install it. I swear.
Wait,
Oh, you know what? Get this.
Wait, really?
I'm not gonna name drop the game, obviously. But I mean, I guess I'm not really talking about like the details of the game. I'm talking about my experience. Okay, I've had this game installed. Okay, since the last time I was allowed to play it, and I open up the client before I go to work this past weekend. And I open it up. I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna patch. It's gonna do its thing. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna come back home, and I'm gonna play. I set it. I leave my house. It says when I leave my house, it says I have 9 gigabytes left remaining of my download. Okay, that's a big ass patch. They fixed the game.
Right.
They made it not crap. So okay, I go home from work. It says there's 22 gigabytes left. So it's download. And I'm like, okay, so that's a fucking another game. What they really must have fixed this. Or,
That's another like Skyrim.
yeah. Yeah. I'm like, they must have actually added
Nuts.
Skyrim to this like unknown game. And so I'm like, okay, I just got home from work and now I have nothing to do. Fuck you.
Well, you probably could have played like a 3DS game while you waited.
Yeah. Shh. You know what? No.
They probably finally started Tales of the Abyss.
And then that finishes. Okay, I'm patient enough. It's a weekend. I don't have to wake up the next morning. 8 more gigabytes. 8. What the fuck?
What is that?
How
like
slow is your
like,
internet? First
40
of all,
gigabytes or something?
First of all, it doesn't even matter. What the fuck? Did I accidentally uninstall this game? Like when I was done with the first like passage of my adventure? Like what?
Maybe they reinstalled it, they deleted it themselves, and just like reinstalled the whole
Yeah,
thing.
they sent a little worm into my computer like no, and deleted the fucking other one, and like I was so mad. Like like what?
You don't sound like you had a good experience with this.
No, and then the rest
Unnamed
was
gaming.
just the icing on the shit after that.
I wish I knew what game this was.
I know.
Me too. I blacked out.
Can I just say my experience with installing that game was it going, you don't have 30 gigabytes on your computer. Can you clear that much space and come back? And I was like, okay.
Trust me.
Cleared 30 gigabytes by uninstalling everything I could. So I have no games installed on my computer at all. Had to uninstall Skyrim for this, so this is how important it was.
What?
Yeah, right.
What?
And I had 30 gigabytes, tried downloading it, it got to 99%, which took forever. Then it went, you don't have 30 gigabytes, you need to uninstall, you need to try installing it again. So I was like, there's something really weird here. I'll try it again. It got to 99% again, failed again. So I went on the website and it was like, you need 50 gigabytes to install this game. And I'm like, I cannot make that much room. There is no chance
They
I
just
can
keep
make that much
adding
room.
shit to the.
Well, the
While
problem is,
while you were installing it, like they just added 20 more gigs of stuff to it.
Check out
20 gigs worth of quests right now.
Check out what we're gonna do to this girl. Watch this. They dumped 60 gigabytes into the fucking client.
I was like, well, maybe I can just install it on my D drive because I've got loads of space on there. And it just doesn't let you change what drive you install it to, as far as I can understand. So
excellent.
you have to install it on your main drive. So that was a thing. That's what I've been doing instead of playing games. trying
to play a game.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a fun game you've been playing.
But the beta for it did open a bit early over here. It opened like 5 hours early, so no one was there. It was great.
You have to run around like you. Oh, I was gonna say, never mind. I can't talk about the game.
We can in 3 months. Is that it?
Yeah. So look forward to the Permadeath podcast episode whenever in 3 months, where we talk about this mystery game. And if you contact me on Twitter, I'll just tell you what game it is. I don't give a fuck.
And I really, really want to talk about this game beyond belief.
I forgot there was an NDA for this game, and I tweeted my
I know I
with
did
it
as well.
the first time.
Nice.
And I'm like,
You would.
I even posted about it in the comments on Reddit and everything. And I'm like, NDA. You know what's really funny is I never participated in a beta for a game before like this of this nature, and they put now this is violating the NDA. Look, Bethesda and ZeniMax, just fucking whatever. They plaster your email address all over the screen. So if I were to like, it looks like Inspector Gadget's classified documents. Like if I were to capture footage from this and then put it onto the internet, they would know exactly
Like
what
instantly.
slimy, greasy fucker did it. Because there's
at gmail.com.
Peppered Ham at gmail.com. Hey, who's that fucking Peppered Ham guy again? You know, he already talked about it on Twitter. Look what he's doing now. Like,
First off, they would probably make fun of your email address for it.
yeah. Peppered Ham, and he has the word poop in his password. This guy sucks.
Yeah, why do we give him a beta key? We're
Yeah.
cool.
Who do we need to fire?
That guy loses his job because of my username.
And then password. That's how bad it's gotten.
Yeah, I forgot about the NDA as well, so I was like, I've just spent 5 hours creating a character in this game, and I just didn't think. Like,
Yeah.
it's just stupid things like that I would usually tweet about. I tweet about them, so I just hope that they don't find me and get me in
You'll
trouble.
be good. I think that kind of stuff's okay. Like unless you're sharing like encyclopedia sized amounts of information and like putting videos out there and screenshots and like I think that kind of stuff is really what they're strict about.
Mm.
'Cause then if you go to like their forums, people are talking about the game. Like anybody can go there and like look at bug reports. I mean, if you go to the bug report section, they'll go, "Well, I was walking down the thing with the thing," and like, okay, well, I don't have to play the fucking beta to know that this game sucks. Like,
They just don't want people streaming it. That's it. You know, that's the real worry. You know.
yeah, because then no one will buy it.
Yeah.
This podcast is going to get taken down.
Dude, it's gonna be NDA right now. Rare's after us. Bethesda's after us. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, and the fucking emulator community's after us.
Yeah. You don't own a PS2. Fuck you.
But remember, Bill's the only host. We're just like the roadies / groupies, so it all comes down on
I've
Bill's
just
head.
been talking to myself for the fucking last hour.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's fine. I don't get in trouble. I don't care.
Kubinator, my man. I already know what you've been playing because you stream everything you play. But what have you been playing?
A lot of beta games. I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone, which has been super fun.
Obviously, you stream. Sorry, you're allowed to stream the Reaper's Soul beta. Why?
Yeah, they don't care. I don't know.
I think it's Blizzard. They don't give a fuck.
They don't care. And then I've been playing Blizzard's Reaper of Souls, Diablo 3 Reapers of Souls, which has been super fun too. And WoW, of course.
I'm looking forward to Reaper Souls.
I wanna play that.
Reaper Souls.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good. And what a lot of people don't know is that the next patch that's going to hit like live Diablo is going to actually have like loot 2.0 in it. So it's going to like rework the whole loot system so you don't need the auction house. And it gives you account bound paragons and stuff like that. So that comes out in probably like a couple weeks actually for Diablo.
That seems kind of like counterproductive to me because they're getting rid of the auction house on March 24th. And like the whole point of getting rid of the auction house is so that, you know, like nobody's selling items. Like you don't have to rely on that to buy your gear. Right. But for the next 2 months with the loot, when is that patch coming out? Do you know?
I don't know. Probably within the next like 1 to 2 weeks, I would assume. But here's the thing: I don't know if they're also going to implement bind on account weapons, and you can't trade gold. I don't know if that's coming out with that patch.
Because like it seems like to release that kind of patch or the whole revamped loot system and still have the auction house in the game, it just seems kind of like, okay, here's one thing, but then here's still one of the problems, and now you can sell this loot you're getting from the new loot system on the auction house, and then you still have to rely on the auction house to get the gear. But I mean, honestly, I'm really looking forward to the Loot 2.0. The fun for me in games like Path of Exile and Diablo is finding it myself and going in and doing stuff and like seeing awesome stuff drop. Like instead of going down a list, oh, there's a fucking sword, and you buy it.
Right. It's really solid. I think leveling from 1 to 70, I probably got maybe 15 to 20 legendary items. So it was, maybe every
So
2 to 3
then
levels. So it was pretty
does
balanced,
is that that's the test realm, or is that the beta for Reaper?
That's beta of
Beta?
Reaper of Souls,
So
yeah.
like the beta has the whole game, like
It
from
has everything except the last boss fight,
Okay, well,
important
yeah.
cinematics, and dialogue. That's
So
it.
how different do they do anything? I mean, I'm going to assume not. Do they do anything like drastically different to like the content of 1 to 60?
Well, I guess you can level through adventure. You can just
Oh
do
yeah, that's
adventure
right.
mode
There's
now.
the adventure mode thing.
Yeah, you just have to do that 1 to 70. So once you beat the game, acts 1 to 5 on one character, adventure mode opens up for everyone.
How long is Acts 5?
It's not long. I was kind of disappointed. It's only about like 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
I mean, because that's probably where most of the complaints are coming from. But I mean, they are adding in a whole new mode. There's adventure mode, and then aren't they adding like another thing too, like another mode type of deal, like the Nehrim Rift thing, where you
those are in adventure mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the way adventure mode works is that each act has like 5 like bounties, which are like objectives of things you have to do. Most of them are killing a boss or killing 100 of these guys in a certain area. And then after you do all 5 bounties, you'll get a Rift Stone key, and that will get you access to the Nephilim Rift.
Okay, and that's like an end game boss area.
That's
right?
like actually randomized dungeons. The enemies are all randomized.
Oh, see, that's the kind of shit I want. Like, I'd like that. Like, it's not the same.
And that is super hard to do, obviously.
Yeah, that's okay. Then that's okay with me. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be some. Oh, you fucking gave us 1 act, but I mean, they gave you a whole ton of other shit, and they revamped the entire way the game works. Too.
And they've confirmed, at least they've confirmed to the beta users that there is going to be ladder in the game officially.
Nice.
So there'll be ladder for hardcore and softcore characters. So there's
I'm looking forward to that because I love Path of Exile and I love Diablo, but I mean I like Path of Exile. It's a really great game, but Blizzard's combat is so polished in Diablo 3. Like it's so fluid and it just feels so good to hit shit in that game. That like the fun factor when you're playing through Diablo 3 and a really powerful build is just through the roof. It's so fun. So I'm looking forward to. I was playing it again. I leveled up a mage. I leveled up my monk to 60 finally, like a few months ago. And I'm like, well, why am I even playing right now? I should just wait until they revamp the game system.
Yeah, you don't want to get burned out again.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Yeah, that like because they're revamping the whole loot system. Like, why am I even bothering buying stuff now when like in a few months I'll just be able to play the game like
exactly
the new systems, like the way they're changing it. So.
Yeah, I mean, just wait for like another week or two, and that patch should probably be live. It's at least giving you Loot 2.0.
Yeah, honestly, I shouldn't even be playing it because I have such a large backlog. I should be clearing out my backlog for when that.
No, you could be playing some 3DS game right now.
Yeah, oh man, you guys giving me a headache. I have so many 3DS games to play, and I got so many games on Steam.
I remember when we pretty much picked up our 3DS like I think like the same week.
Yeah.
And like we were all like talking about, oh, which game should we get? This game, and then like we started buying a ton of games. And...
I was buying a game a day pretty much, and like that's bullshit because like those are like 30, 40. These aren't Steam sales. This is me walking out to the store, paying gas money. I'm gonna go to the store and buying a fucking $30 game like every other day. Like that's not like, oh, here's Valda's Story for $3. No, here's Tales of the Abyss for 30. Like, and back then in my head, I go, I'm buying handheld games because they're cheap. That's $30. That's so cheap. And like, no, I spent a lot of money on this.
If you don't play them, it's not.
Yeah, I just spent money to look at this. Look at this.
It does look beautiful though.
Well, the box art for Tales of the Abyss is pretty.
I bet it just brings out sadness in you though, because you're like, oh, I still haven't played it. I'm so guilty.
Honestly, it does. And like, I get my, this is gonna make me sound like a little scum, but I get my like bank statements in the mail, and like I'm in my last year of college, okay, and I know my mom opens the mail and she sees my bank statement and she calls me down and she goes, Billy, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, what? What's going on? There's like 30 purchases on here to Valve, and I'm like, well. Like they're on sale. Like what do you want me to do? Like
trying to reason with your mom about how
to
buy
games. And she's right. She goes, "You're not gonna play all these games, you know." And I go,
"You're like, I know."
I go. I'm convincing her. I'm like, "Well, yes, I am. They're $3. Okay, I'm gonna play these games." And she goes, "No, you're not." You should be saving
Mom
this money.
knows more than you,
I'm
man.
like, it's like they're on sale. There's $3 games. I'm getting $50 grants for $3. It's like you're an idiot. I'm like, fuck. Damn it. And my bank statement coming in at the end of this month is going to have a lot as well. So.
If it makes you feel any better, I do that with my mum as well. She's like, "Why have you got like 30 packages in the mail right now?" And I'm like, "Well, they were cheap."
Oh my god, I always feel so guilty when I get a thing in from Amazon.
I'm 23, and I had to explain to her why I'm going to be getting a big box in the mail because I bought a figure.
I
I had
by
this like at
myself.
one point. I had this at one point. It was I think 2012 Christmas, and Amazon was like the Bondi shut down and all that crap, and all these like Bondi stuff was super cheap, and all these art boxes they're pretty big, but the art boxes they were selling for like $4 for like those nice the Gurren Lagann art box for the first part was like $6, and I'm just
Yeah.
like shit, I'm buying all this stuff. I spent like $200, but I bought a shit ton of art boxes, and there was seriously like 8 huge Amazon boxes that came to the door that same day. I was sleeping, and this dude just like kept carrying to the front door. My dad like runs upstairs like Moses, like this dude just like keeps unloading boxes. There's like already like box like what is this, Like, are you like starting a business or something? Like, I don't get it, Like, I run downstairs, like, oh shit, like, it took me forever to carry them all upstairs. Like, I didn't think it was gonna take up that much space. Like, seriously, the biggest boxes that they pretty much have, like, they will send you like a PS4 or like a Wii U in that kind of box. They sent me like 8 of those. It was very funny. It was all anime. I'm just like, it's just cartoons, Dad. Don't worry.
But yeah, I feel guilty. Like I bought these games, and I buy more games, and then I subscribe to MMOs, and it's like I had this weird OCD element where it's like, okay, I have to buy these games while they're available, like, especially the 3DS games I bought. Like I have this weird feeling like, oh, if it's Japanese, it's gonna go out of print. So like I have to buy it. It's and like
that is true, like 1%.
Well, yeah, and like what, and like I feel like that trend's kind of going away because honestly, I thought Ni no Kuni was gonna be out of print like really fast for some reason, and somebody told me they go, it's gonna go out of print. You gotta buy it quick, and like because I know my friend tried to buy Fire Emblem around launch, and all of our stores around here were out of stock, and they weren't gonna get anywhere in. They said so. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, I went down the GameStop like when I got my 3DS and just bought it. It was like 15 there and whatever. But I thought Kuni was gonna go out of print. I'm like, wow, this seems like a I mean JRPGs and Final Fantasies are really popular, but like Ni no Kuni.
Well, it still might go out of print.
Well, it's like $10 at Target.
Yeah, but that might be now. But seriously, like a year or two from now, might be impossible to find.
Like,
or be, like really
it's also been on sale on like Namco's website a lot. Like this, I feel like that was more popular than they expected. I don't know what the sales numbers were for it, but there's a lot of Ghibli fans as well, though. I mean, that could also carry the game for.
Well, that is pretty big up here.
Level 5 and
To be
Ghibli
honest,
are a good combo.
Yeah, if I was ever going to buy a PS3, that would be the game that I got with it.
I need to get it. I still haven't. I was gonna get it on launch.
No, you don't, Bill, because you won't finish it.
No. Oh, thank you.
Come on, Bill.
That was you like really smacked me down there. That was
Bill was right about to get all excited, like, oh, I gotta get that at Amazon.
I play the demo and it's so charming. It is a video game form of happiness, and like the art style and like the creatures you use to fight. Like it's like this big adorable Ghibli version of Pokemon, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I played it at like a GameStop or like a Best Buy or something.
And I never bought it, and I'm glad I didn't because it's like 70 hours, and I never really beat it. Like I don't know why I don't beat those games to the finish. But, it's not like I don't spend that much time playing games. Like in the Elder Scrolls series alone, I have topped like hundreds and hundreds of hours into them.
Some games could just lose your interest. They could be like,
that's true.
I guess, for me, like when it comes to JRPGs, sometimes I might really love the game, but they could be like this like 4-hour period where it's just very boring and you could just completely lose your.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of JRPGs have a slow start. Like Lost Odyssey, one of my favorite games. I never beat it. It's a 4-disc game on a 360. I have it still. It's wonderful. It's by Mistwalker. A bunch of guys from Square left and formed that studio. Lost Odyssey. Oh my god, this storyline. And like it makes me sad. Like I said before, like I look at these stacks of games and like I just get really sad because like these are good fucking games. Like Lost Odyssey is fantastic. Like such a good game. Like I like shed tears at moments in that game. Like the storyline's so awesome and the aesthetic's awesome and it feels good to play. And I never beat it. And like Valkyria Chronicles, I never beat it. Like none of these 3DS games I have, I didn't beat any of them. Fuck. I suck.
Yeah.
I've had that with games before though. Like I really, really like Eternal Sonata, and I finished that game, and it's a really long game. And my friend was like, "So did you save whatever character?" And I'm like, "No. What do you mean? How do you do that?" And he told me how you do it. And to do that, I would have to play through like 60 hours of it again, and I just don't want to. Like, no matter how much I like Eternal Sonata and how much I want to play on it again, I can't justify spending 70 hours playing a game through again
Yeah.
when I could be playing something else that I haven't played yet. Like, I still really need to play a couple of Assassin's Creed games that I haven't played, and I could do that rather than replay that game, I suppose.
I still have to get into that series.
Me
You know,
too.
the only reason I never
Yeah.
get into it is because like I got the first one and I couldn't really get into it. Well, then I
What,
heard
the
such
Assassin's Creed?
yeah
Well, the
Assassin's
first one
Creed
was
1
the
is
thing that.
absolute. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
that's
bad.
what turned me away from it. I actually beat the
Yeah.
first
But
one.
I've heard such great things about two, and like oh yeah, but like I I,
Two's really good.
I feel like I have to beat the first one because of the Desmond story. Like if it was
The
just
Desmond's
playing
right.
as assassins,
I'm gonna I'm gonna rant here. The Desmond story was the worst part about that game because it was just so unnecessary in my opinion. Like if it, the reason that I'm saying this is because I played on a bit of Assassin's Creed 4, and you don't play as Desmond in that game. Um, and it's basically just like you're trying to find bits and pieces of footage from this ancestor's line for movies and stuff, and it's just so pointless. It's just put me in the game, just put me in that time
so
period that you want me to
so
play in.
is the Desmond story over in four?
I don't know because it
Like
didn't really end off very well in 3,
because
but he's not in 4.
I have a great interest in those games because I love the settings of where they put the assassins. And I feel like,
Yeah.
part of me could just like block off that there's a Desmond story and just not care and just pay attention to what's going on with the assassins because they're kind of like their own stories too, right? The assassins have their own agendas.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, like I can just do that, but then there's like that weird part of me that's like, well, I can't play the second game until I play the first game, or I can't do this until I do this. Like I'm such an asshole with that.
No,
Um,
I honestly never finished the first game because it was so bad. I just didn't enjoy the first game because it was clunky and the mechanics weren't like they weren't sure about the mechanics or something, I guess, because they had this whole thing where you couldn't run past guards or otherwise they'd get really suspicious of you. And it just slowed the game down to like a full stop. It was just not a fun game to play. And 2 was a lot better because it got rid of that and it was very fluid and stuff, but I don't know. I
one
could
day.
talk about Assassin's Creed for a while because, I quite like that
Yeah, that
series.
sucks that the first one killed it for me though. Like I've had the second
I'd,
one for a while on Steam, but I haven't got around to it. Just
I'd give
thinking
it a
of how
go,
the system was.
because it's a lot more fun. But a lot of people didn't like 3, and I quite liked 3. And apparently 4 was like the best one since 2 or whatever, but I can't get that to run on my computer, so
I heard good things about four.
yeah.
I like pirates.
But I think the reason that people didn't really get on with 3 was because no one liked Connor,
Yeah, that's what I
which
heard.
is absolutely ridiculous to me, like beyond belief, because um basically, can I rant about this? Is this
Yeah,
all
do it.
right?
Do it. I talk.
um
I talked enough.
Sure.
Ubisoft are like, we're not going to make another game with Connor because we want Tumblr to finish it for us. um Literally, that's what they said. So they're not doing another game with Connor, apparently, or they don't have plans to. um and no one liked Connor because my reasoning is because they didn't get a chance to sort of grow to like him, because like the first 2 or 3 hours of the game you're playing as Hatham, and then you've got all this Desmond storyline that's sort of ramping up to this big finale sort of thing, and then you've got these little bits of Connor's life that never get this really really big conclusion like Ezio did or like Altair did. So it just makes me feel all sort of sad that they're not gonna conclude it, I suppose.
It's a bummer.
Because I really liked Connor, and apparently a lot of women did because it's easier for girls to empathize with him a bit better than men, I suppose. But he was a good character. I don't care what people say. And another thing is that I was reading the book, and you play as this guy called Edward in Assassin's Creed 4. And if you read the book that goes alongside with 3, you know what happens to him and how he dies. So it's just like his story got concluded before he even got a game.
They just threw Connor the finger.
Yeah, pretty much. It's annoying, but that's my rant. Assassin's Creed 3 was good. Please don't let people tell you otherwise.
I've always thought it looked good. I mean, like, you know, like the thing is, I usually don't listen to people anyway. Like, I mean, if it's a good friend of mine and they tell me something sucks and I trust them, I might listen to them, but I end up buying it anyway.
Well, you might get a bit more out of that game because it's got a lot to do with like the American Revolution and stuff.
Yeah, I
which
love.
Obviously, we didn't study at school or anything, so.
I mean, I love period pieces. One of the big reasons why I love Red Dead Redemption so much is because I loved the setting and I really like the setting of Assassin's Creed 3, and I've always been interested in playing it, but I always felt like I couldn't because I didn't play any of the other ones, and there's 4 other games before Assassin's Creed 3 that have the overarching Desmond plot, and I feel like I can't enjoy it if I don't know what's going on in the Desmond plot line. But I mean,
Just
at the same,
Wikipedia
really,
pages,
no
man.
one.
That's true.
I don't know that anyone I know enjoyed the Desmond story, regardless of if they played all the games or if they played like 2 of them, because it was just not a very well put together story, in my opinion.
Part of my wish is that they just let you, like, they didn't even include that.
Yeah, exactly.
Assassins.
That's exactly what I want them to do, because now they've got this whole history simulator thing going on in 4, and it just makes me sad. It's like a whole first person section where you have to get like into the animus and stuff and press buttons on the lift, and it's like, oh wow, you have to press a button to make the lift go. I really want to play more of 4 though, before I like totally write it off. There we go. I'm done. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah. Anyway.
So no one else plays on Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the second one on Steam that
Play
I bought
it.
a long
Play
time
it.
ago on a sale. I almost bought the whole collection because I was like, the whole collection is so cheap, and I'm glad that I did
play
it.
on it if you have it. You should play on it if you have it.
I do have it. I also have it a lot of other games that I haven't played.
Well, I'm requesting as your friend that you play it and give it a go.
Requesting. We'll see. I have a lot of free time right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so you know what you should do?
Are they long? Are they long games?
Yes.
Like,
they're not.
Like the first one wasn't super long. Like I think I beat it pretty quickly actually.
Depends if you do all the side quests and bonus missions and stuff, I guess. Like if you don't, then you could probably finish it in a few hours.
Anything now. I just wanted to.
Yeah, which can either make or break a game for me. Did I say make or bake?
Yeah.
If you play on Assassin's Creed 3, please play the Homestead missions, because that's where Connor's character shines the most, and a lot of people didn't play with those because they aren't main story. But they're so worth it. They're so good.
I love side stuff. Like it. Well, then
it depends if I'm into the game. Then I'll like the side stuff.
Yeah, but if you're not into the game, you're probably not gonna like any of it.
That's pretty true.
I'm not into this game, but I'm playing it anyway.
That's happened before. Like
yeah,
I've beaten games that I didn't want to.
It has happened like over time with a game before, like that I was really into. That like for example, Far Cry 3, which I love. I mean, in retrospect, I love that game. I mean, people have problems with the storyline, whatever. I had so much fun just roaming around the island, ziplining, stabbing dudes in the throat, and kicking tigers in the face. I don't give a shit what was wrong with the plot.
Beat it?
Oh yeah, that one I beat. But I almost didn't because like I was so obsessed with that game. When you give me a game and you give me a in-game map, and like you put all the side shit on the fucking map, and it's all just staring me in the face. Like I'm like, okay, I can't go anywhere on this island until I clear out this little hub of fucking icons on my map, because it's gonna bug the shit out of me that I didn't technically beat that area. So in Far Cry 3, there is tons of it. Like to the point where you're doing the same, like you have to force yourself to switch your playstyle up, or you're gonna hang yourself.
Yeah, I've heard that it gets pretty repetitive.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, there's 2 islands in the game, and if I'm
I got to the point where the second one opened up, and I was like, no.
Yeah, the second island,
I'm not doing that again.
The second island sucks. You know, it's probably honestly, I mean, I had fun on it a little bit, but like it's smaller, and I felt like it was unnecessary. Like I just spent 30 hours on this island, and then by the time you get to the other island, it loses its charm because it's no longer like a jungle. It's kind of just like an open shit
Is it
plain
is
area.
it before you go to the second island that that major character? I don't want to spoil it.
That's fun.
Uh,
Um,
there's a major character in it who basically goes away for the rest of the game,
yes,
and it's before then. So I was like, well, what's the point? Like,
yeah.
he was
One
one
of
of the best things about the
he
first half of the game.
yes, easily one of the best things in the game, and yeah. And then
Oh, I hear that game is still very good.
it's awesome. That's the thing. Like it's awesome, but like there's so many little things in it that like and it was probably my fault that I was getting like I was just getting like increasingly like negative towards wanting to play it because like I
Mm-hmm.
would sit down and I'm like, oh fuck, I can't do the main story until I do those stupid hunting missions because you have hunting missions where you go out and you look for animals. You have the outposts where you clear out a small pocket of enemies and capture an area and it becomes a safe house. And you can do those in a variety of ways. Like I like stealth based stuff, even though I suck at every stealth game ever made. I was having a lot of fun with the stealth mechanics in this. So I attacked every outpost in a stealthy way. And by like the 40th outpost, I'm like, oh, this is fucking boring. So I eventually realized that I have a brain and I'm a smart, well, arguably, smart man, and I can change up my playstyle and attack these outposts a different way. So I would drive through the front gate in a Jeep and shoot them all with a grenade launcher.
It's a good
Which
way.
became fun again. So I mean, like side stuff. If it's like if the side stuff is hidden away in the dialogue of NPCs, like in Skyrim, you don't get certain side quests until you talk to certain NPCs. Like there's tons of them in that game I've never done because I don't fucking know where to get them. Uh,
Mm.
but like in Far Cry 3, they just like they're wagging their dick in your face. Like all the side shit is like in your fucking face. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want like,
Yeah, I bought that game as well. I
it's
never
good though. Play it though. I mean, like it's
played it. I
They're
keep
both
hearing
as
it's
bad as each
very
other.
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what compelled me to beat that, and like especially because I was getting sick of it, and like, I don't beat other games like The Last of Us. I haven't beaten yet.
You
Um,
serious? Come on.
like, well, in my defense, my PlayStation 3 is held hostage by my little sister,
What's she playing?
Little Big Planet, for the last like 3 months, and they
Oh
just
my
released
goodness.
Minecraft on the PlayStation 3. So
Well,
she,
you'll never see it again.
well, the thing is, like, she has her own computer. Like, fucking play Minecraft on her computer. Like, I don't understand. Like, you have all the mods in the world, and I taught her how to mod the game, and she knows how to do everything. But still wants to play the PS3 version. I don't know why.
Minecraft on consoles is horrible anyway.
It's
Like swimming and changing direction at the same time is horrible because you have to hold forward,
yeah,
you have
that
to hold A down to sort of swim, and you have to use a magical finger from somewhere to sort of change direction with the other control stick. It's horrible to play. Like,
that and the worlds are limited. They're not
Yeah.
are
uh
they still like, was it 1,000 by 1,000 or something?
I'm not sure if they increased, but I was reading somebody's comment on Reddit when the PS3 version released, and they're like, "Whoa, it's still limited. Fuck, Mojang." And he was like really like getting off on the
He's
fact that he's
pissed.
not buying the PS3 version of the game or something. Like, oh, my mom is proud of me. Like,
Nice.
who cares? Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck cares? Don't get it. That's what I don't know. But I think it is still limited. I mean, like for my sister, she probably doesn't care. She's little, whatever.
Yeah, the crafting on it was a bit weird as well because it was like a
Yeah,
menu rather than just a crafting bench. Which I guess I don't imagine that there was another way that they could have done that would have been really
yeah.
intuitive. But
You'd have to like pick the material and like move it up 18 blocks with a joystick to put it in the fucking slot. And
I understand why they've done it, like why they made it for consoles because it's a really like intensely resource heavy game for a computer.
yeah, that and it is a moneymaker.
Yeah,
That's
Notch must be like so rich.
that man is using the $100 bills as napkins, right?
Especially since they're charging $150 a ticket to Minecon. It's stupid.
I was watching a video from Minecon, and it was like a Q&A with Notch or whatever, and people were lined up. And I love watching Q&A stuff from cons, like BlizzCon stuff, and like just everywhere, like with voice actors from anime. I just love watching stuff. Like I don't know why. It's I put it on in the background and I do stuff. And there was this kid who came up to the microphone. He couldn't have been more than like 10 years old. He had a little accent. He comes on there and he stands at the podium. He has like a creeper shirt on. real pudgy face, and he goes, "Hello, I don't believe in God. I believe in Notch." And he walks away. And I'm like, that's hilarious. Like, what the fuck was that? And Notch is just like, yeah, yeah. Like he's like, holy shit. He doesn't even develop a game anymore. And that man, he's. I mean, he's a lovable man though. He's like a big teddy bear. I don't really hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say I
Oh
hate.
man, I saw him at Minecon Paris once, and I was like, "Oh, there goes Notch," and I swear, like half of the convention was following him in this lane. It was so
He
weird.
just gets an entourage wherever he goes.
He had like 2 bodyguards behind him, and then it was just this massive like queue of people. It was insane.
Just following.
Just following him. I don't know what they were expecting to get out of it.
I love it because it's just so funny because like
I could imagine that just a bunch.
yeah he's just
Crowd.
so
God,
he's just a
there was another one as well because we went to Minecon in Orlando, and we got like free access to I think Universal Studios, and we saw him again, and he was behind this cage that he just locked himself in this like cage that was there, so people couldn't get to him. It was really weird.
They put him in a cage.
yeah.
No, I don't know what they did, but he was just in this cage, and it was really strange. Like
Did
I
somebody
swear,
like did somebody try to like break the cage? That would have been.
Please
it
tell me
wasn't like a
that's right.
cage in the middle of like this area where he was on display or anything. He was just like off to the side, locked behind these like big metal bars. It was so weird. Like,
Nice.
there you go. There's my best.
Some
Minecraft
crazy
story.
fan would like run in, starts like trying to break the
And
bars.
then they dropped Chris Jericho in the middle of it, and there was a cage match.
Yeah, get the briefcase match.
Yeah, get the briefcase.
Mm.
Whatchamacallit? I guess should we do some Twitter questions?
Yeah.
Since
Do we
we're
have them?
running very long, I think.
Let's do just
Okay.
one. Let's just do one because we already kind of promised it on Twitter. So
I'm gonna ask them all.
answer them
okay.
all, dude. But we got like 4. That's crazy.
Yeah. We can
It's
do.
gonna take us 30 minutes to answer.
We can do
knowing
them
us.
quick because one of them we already kind of answered, and the one's kind of quick. I think.
All right, let's start with the one that we kind of answered so that we can like.
Okay, this
So-
one comes from their Twitter name is the Nikozu Clause. I think is that like Nikozu on YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is.
Hello, my friend. Thank you very much for supporting Permadeath.
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Very much.
Hello,
This
best
is a
friend.
pre-recorded. This is a pre-recorded. Thank you.
I didn't mean to
Never
sound
met you
like-
before, but I like you.
I didn't mean to sound like such an answering machine.
Leave a message after the tone.
He asks, "What are your favorite JRPGs?" And I don't have any.
Because you hate him.
None.
You know what?
Bunch of-
I don't know if this counts. Fuck it.
Have you finished it?
Yeah. 2 games actually. I mean, this might be kind of cheating, but 2 games that I just fell in love with. Threads of Fate. It is an old SquareSoft game for the PlayStation 1. But it was kind of I don't think it was an RPG. It was kind of action oriented. There weren't really any RPG elements, but it's the closest I've come to beating a JRPG. And Brave Fencer Musashi, which I think was also a little more action RPG oriented, but that one actually had upgrade systems and loot, and it had in-game action figures to collect of the characters and monsters in the game. Like when you beat them, you got a package. This is like Edo area, like Edo era Japan, and you're getting action figures in your in-game inventory. I love that game. So another SquareSoft game. I would love to see like revisits to those 2 series. Threads of Fate itself, I think, got terrible reviews, but I beat that game like 60 times, and they can all kiss my butt. Anyway, other than that, I have none. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I'm trying to think of some. Like, yeah, I always have a problem with finishing it.
Yeah.
And like once you don't finish one, you kind of like sometimes like start forgetting about it. But well, I'll go with like the most cliched answer. It's not a Final Fantasy game. It's Chrono Trigger.
Oh, look at you!
Oh, whoa.
There's like 30
Hipster
endings.
over here.
30 endings. You got Akira Toriyama.
Because you can never go wrong with like that as an answer.
I've heard
and Pokemon
really great. Yeah, but you know what? Pokemon
Does
fucking
it count?
counts, man.
It counts.
You're catching things. You're
It
leveling
counts.
up. There's random battles. It's made in Japan. Yeah.
It should count. It should count, even though it's like the most.
Somebody once said on Reddit.
But which?
It doesn't count. It's a Pokemon game, not a JRPG.
Wait, which Pokemon game?
Yeah,
which one? Which game?
Fire Red.
That's really specific.
I like
Not red.
yellow bird. No, gold and silver, or maybe crystal. I'll just
Heart Gold and Fire Red. Those are my two.
Soul Silver. Yeah, those remakes were awesome.
I've yet to play them, and Gold and Silver.
Heart Gold was the only game I ever owned for the DS. Like back when I used to have a DS. Like I only bought Heart Gold and I never bought anything else.
I feel like really bad because mine would probably be black and white, just because I really liked the story in it.
I didn't play black and white.
Ah, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? Go back and play them. Add that to your list as well.
Because I was playing Heart Gold like over and over again. That's why.
No, I really like black and white.
And I was emulating Fire Red all the time.
Oh man.
To make things worse, I actually own like a copy of a bootleg version of Fire Red. So
nice.
You dig that hole.
No, I might even own two of them. I don't know. Who knows?
But my favorite JRPG that isn't Pokemon, which I feel like should be a part of the question now, is Eternal Sonata. I love that game. So good.
What is that for?
Xbox and PS3.
Yeah.
I've heard great things about that game only because I heard
good.
It has a classical music in it, like the characters are named after.
No, the character is Frederick Chopin.
Oh, that's awesome.
They just put Frederick Chopin in a in a JRPG, and it was good.
That's pretty rad.
It was so good. Oh, I really want to play it again, but I know I don't have time, so.
It will forever be in your heart.
No, if you can get it for the PS3, get it for the PS3.
Yeah, I hear they added stuff and made it better.
You get like more characters that you can play as and stuff. It doesn't really make that much of a difference, I suppose, but Japan prefer the PS3, I suppose. So. Well,
that's like Tales of Vesperia. I wanted to get it on 360 because it's kind of cheap, but they released the PS3 version in Japan only, which adds a ton of shit to it. And it's like, could you release that here? Like I'm missing a ton of shit. I'm like, what the fuck's the matter with you? Come on.
I don't think I've played any PS3 RPGs. I think the only one that comes close is Valkyria Chronicles. Would that count?
I mean, like I said before, they don't count as JRPGs, but I mean, like that's just me being a dick. So yeah, they count. I mean, like kinda. Well, you know what? I don't know, because I mean, like, because you'll have people on the internet who argue the semantics of it, like people who would say a Pokemon game is not a JRPG, it's a Pokemon game. Pokemon is its own genre. Like, no, it's not. It's a video game. It falls under something. Right. There might be somebody who will say, well, a JRPG is not just a role-playing game developed in Japan. It has to have slimes and random battles and town hubs, and you have to buy elixirs. Like you'll get some guy.
Yeah, but then that's Pokemon right there.
Exactly.
Exactly. Random battles.
But I mean, you will always have that one guy. Like there's always that one guy.
There's always that one guy
who just his name.
That names all these JRPGs that were never brought over here to like America.
I play the imported version of Final Titman 7, and it was released on the Game Gear, and I had it. And I imported it, and I know a Japanese guy. And...
I know a Japanese guy. Fun fact, I know a Japanese guy.
That's Pete Door right there. Shots fired.
Anyway, Kubo, what is your favorite JRPG?
Okay, so I guess there was one that is the only one I've ever beaten, and it was called like Suikoden 2.
Oh yeah, it was like PS1.
It was PS1, and that was the only one that I've ever beaten or played. But coincidentally, also apparently the game's really valuable.
You still own it?
Yeah, I still own it. I actually got 2 copies because my mom bought it for me, and then I think my grandma bought it for me at the time because they ran out of copies of Final Fantasy VII.
That's
also a good one, actually.
It came out the same week as Final Fantasy VII in America. So the game itself wasn't very popular, but my copy is valued at like $600.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
like,
it's the only one I've beaten, I
still
guess. So there's
have-
that in Pokemon, I guess, you know?
I still.
Well,
I have,
something.
most
Good.
PS1 RPGs are worth some money.
I still have. I'm just kind of off topic for a second. I have Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9 on the PlayStation 1 in the original black, like not the greatest hits editions.
Snaps.
I have all of them.
Yeah.
And
They're
like,
not worth too much.
that's the thing. They've been re-released like 50 times. They're not really.
Yeah.
Like Final Fantasy VII, like a couple years ago, you could sell probably
I mean,
over
the thing
$100.
is also
Right now they're like 25.
is that I mean, like the original mint black bar casing, you can't really. I mean, the greatest hits edition is probably what you'd buy on the cheap. But I mean, like, I could probably get like $50 for this, probably.
Depends, of course. Yeah.
If I put it on eBay at the right time with a bunch, like if I just get a feeling like an intuition as I wake up in the morning, like there's lots of people.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy games they range in prices a lot. Like seriously, like throughout the year, like at the start of the year it could be like $100, but at the end of the year it'll be like $25.
I have to play those games.
Like,
I have 7, 8, 9. I don't know where I got them because I never.
I also own 7 on Steam. I bought
And
7.
nobody ever gave these to me as a gift, so I don't know
Nice.
where all 3 of these came from in my house. But I
Probably
own.
stole them.
You know what? I bet the guy who stole all my games put these in my house, like
Trade.
as kind of like he
That's a trade,
tried.
yeah. Forceful trade.
Yeah, here you go, equivalent exchange. Here's fucking.
Equivalent exchange.
Exchange.
But
But yeah, another one that's I'm not saying it's my favorite or one of my favorites, but I want to mention Earthbound. Like I'm playing it for the first time right now on the Wii U, and that game is so weird. Like it's like somebody on drugs made it for sure. Like it was just a team of
You know,
drugs.
I want to play. You know, what I want to play. Just on this topic. This is all I want to say. I really want to play Mother 3, and that's it. Just FYI.
which one is that? Is that after Earthbound?
I think so. I'm not sure, but it never got released in the West. So
That's probably
You
the
could
one.
The only
probably
way you
find
can-
an emulator with
you you can buy it, but it's like a fan made cartridge sort of thing
Yeah, I heard about
because
that.
it's like English and stuff. But I really want to play that game.
Whatchamacallit, I guess you know what? If I had to go back and actually pick a favorite JRPG, like since I haven't beaten like any of them, I could technically say Lost Odyssey. I mean, I played it for like 30 hours. Like that's like enough for me to say, okay, out of all of them I've played to a certain point, this one's my favorite because I love that game. I take a bullet for that game. Not really. It's a lie. That's me just trying to be cool.
But you wouldn't spend a couple hours trying to figure out how to finish
Yeah, exactly.
I would rather die than beat you.
it.
Pretty much.
That's just me
Maybe you just never want them to end. You're just like, oh, I'll just stop here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm just trying to be cool in front of Kubo. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine, you know. I get it.
We're spending so much time on
I
this
know.
question.
Yeah, what the hell was supposed
What's
to
the
be
next
quick?
question?
This was
It's a
supposed
fun
to be
way.
a quick question compared to like the other long one.
Well, we're screwed.
Okay, here's one. This one comes from. Oh man, I feel like a dick. I can't say this name. Wow. That's not me making fun of this guy's name. It's just I feel bad because I don't want to butcher someone's name. They're probably listening to it and they're like, this guy's a fucking cock. It's like Stin Van Bakel.
His username is Stinus Marat.
Yes.
He's a friend of mine, so.
Oh, okay. Is that like his actual name?
Well,
Oh, wait.
I assume his Twitter name is his real name, but Stinus Marat is what we know him as.
Okay, cool. Stinus, that makes my life so much easier.
Well, Stinus, if you want. There you go, Stinus.
Stinus. He asks, what's everyone's most anticipated game of 2014?
Watch Dogs. Please.
Heroes of the Storm.
Nice! That's a good one.
Played it at BlizzCon and it was so fun. I just can't wait for it to come out.
That might be kind of mine, too. I'm not sure exactly what's coming out this year off the top of my head that I'm looking forward to, aside from maybe Infamous. Second Son.
Let's Google this.
I know I'm looking forward to... what else is coming out?
I'm Googling this, man.
Oh.
Is Deep Down coming out this year? Like, I don't know.
Hey Bill.
What's
check,
up?
Check this link.
2014 in video gaming.
That might help.
Infamous Second Son.
Oh, it's a lot of games.
Destiny, Dark Souls 2. Yeah.
Well, I never beat the first one. Here's the problem with Dark Souls. They made me so mad I'm never playing it again.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
that's the
It's
point.
hard.
That's the point.
Better believe it.
Oh, this one looks cool. The Witch and the Hundred Knight. What? 100 Knight? Looks. I like. It's probably on JRPG. That
You know what? Just so
nobody's
I
gonna
can.
finish.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Destiny a lot.
Really?
I like Bungie
Okay.
games. I've always liked Halo, and I feel like Destiny, Bungie. I can't describe it, and like to a lot of people, Halo's a generic FPS, this and that, but it's always had a really awesome feeling of Bungie was really good at world building, the world of Halo, and I've always liked it, and I didn't really like Halo 4 that much, but I feel like playing Bungie's next game, whether or not it's too similar to Halo or whatever, I feel like I can get that feeling again because Bungie's just they're like they're just make polished games. I'm looking forward to Destiny.
Can I just say I might have changed my answer?
Yes.
Go
I
ahead.
just found out that Mario Golf World Tour is coming out this year, maybe.
Ooh.
All
They
right.
haven't made a Mario Golf game in years.
Yeah.
I'll get that.
What's
Yeah.
that? What's that coming out on?
3DS.
Oh, nice.
Is that gonna come out on Wii U? Is just
That means I can get it.
You know why the Wii U's not selling? It's because they're putting all their good games on
Yeah.
Yeah,
on the
seriously.
3DS. Oh. But yeah. What about Kingdom Hearts 3? Anybody fan of Kingdom
Dude,
Hearts?
no, because I have to play
Nope.
like 80 games before I can play the series. Like their spin-offs are canon. And they're on like 4 different platforms. Like DS, fucking like PSP, like 3DS. Like I can't do this. Square Enix, what am I? A monster? Like, how am I supposed to do that? Wasn't there a Game Boy?
There's people that can do it though.
Wasn't there a Game Boy Advance one too?
Yes, there was.
Was there,
I think there was a couple of them
or am
for
I
Game
just
Boy
making
Advance.
that? I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that right now. You guys could talk about something.
No, there was a couple of them on the Game Boy
Kingdom
Advance.
Hearts Game
For
Boy
sure.
Advance.
I might have changed my answer
Yep.
again.
There.
Go ahead. Go
3
ahead.
Game Boy Advance.
If The Division comes out this year, which I don't think it will, but if it does, I'm really looking forward to that.
That game looks rad.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes, it looks very rad.
So many genres. It's like MMO, third person, shooter, action, role playing game.
Whoa. Excuse me. That's gross.
Oh, there's a new Oddworld game coming out.
Really?
That's old.
Oh man, no, changed it. It's The Sims 4. I'm done. I'm out.
That's it. Your final answer.
Oh, I love
Final
this
answer.
It's definitely The Sims 4.
You know what? Here's what I'm hoping though with that. Like I love Sims games. I played a series a lot. I'm hoping they don't release it and then release Sim expansion packs again.
They will, dude.
Oh, they will.
It's a moneymaker, dude. That's why I don't want to buy it. That's why I don't want to buy it.
I would love to see Sims 4 with all the content that's in the Sims 2 expansion packs, like all the stuff they've advanced on with those, and then release brand new expansion packs. Because there's like 8 different. There's you can buy a pet expansion pack for both Sims 2 and Sims 3. But I don't think there's like Into the Future in Sims 2 though. They have done a bunch of new stuff as well, like Supernatural.
Yeah, but it's also expensive. It's like 20 quid when a new expansion pack comes out, and then you got to pay 30 for the base game, and the base game doesn't even work on my computer, so I've spent 30 quid on nothing. I'm sad. That's why I'm not going to be buying The Sims 4, is because EA would really, really shit to me. So
I like how you just changed your mind super fast.
no, I really want to play on it,
Yeah.
but EA were just so shitty to me because they were like, "Oh, you can't install the game because it's saying that this code is wrong." And I was like, "Yeah," and they said, "Okay, here's a new key," and I was like, "Cool." It's told me to register it on this website, so I went and registered it, and it didn't work. And they went, "Okay, nothing more we can do for you there, I'm afraid, because you've registered your code."
Wow.
So I just basically gave them 30 quid to just not have a game.
That almost happened
That's
to me.
pretty dickish.
That almost happened to me with Rayman Origins. I bought well, I mean, it may or may not be similar. I bought Rayman Origins on Uplay for $10 last month, and they gave me the key, and I downloaded it, and I put the key in, and so the key's already in use with another account, and I'm like, what? Like, what? I just bought it. Like, who the fuck has my key? Like, did some guy like just like stick his ass in my email and like just suck it up? Like, where did my fucking key go? Like, what the? So I opened up a ticket and everything, and like they don't get back to me for like 5 days. Then my game works. They never. I just closed the ticket. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was so mad. Like, I wasn't even my friends wanted me to play Payday 2, and I was just a whole dick the whole time. Like, I wasn't even playing good. I was just like shooting the wall, and like I was just pissed off because I just bought a game and like I couldn't play it, even though I'm not gonna beat it anyway.
Even though you probably wouldn't play it anyway.
Yeah, right.
It's just knowing the fact that you can't play it.
I just buy games. Like I'm like that guy who just buys cars, doesn't drive them. Like it has a garage
Right.
full like Rolls Royce. Look at my Rolls Royce. Well, then again, I'm not buying the gaming equivalent of Rolls Royces, but I mean,
You're
like,
buying like Ford Pintos, man, on clearance. Rolls Royce, this guy.
yeah, I'm buying Ford Pintos. Anyway, yeah. I hate companies. Anyway,
Next question.
this one comes from where are we at here? Sitting by the window, anime reviews. He asks, Yokorama, this one's for you.
What?
Yokorama, why are you such a fucking asshole? Hashtag suck my fucking.
Hashtag. Hashtag. He put a hashtag.
So what's the answer?
So what's the answer, buddy?
I don't think that's a question for me.
Was it
can
a
we
typo?
repeat? Yeah, it's typoed.
Oh wait,
Barely.
there's two parts. He says, "Fuck this Twitter character limit." Ryan Kubo, I never met you before, but why do you smell like shit?
I know.
How does he know that if he never met me before?
And then he added on to it. He goes, "I knew that because I have smell-o-vision." And Bill and Evie are really cool.
Really,
Thank you, sitting by the window, anime reviews.
that's a
He actually
great question.
asks us what our favorite 16 and 32-bit games are. Which 32-bit is what? Like Game Boy Advance?
No, I think that's still 16, isn't it? Until later, it was
32-bit's not 16-bit. Oh wait. Oh,
Can
you're
I just
talking.
pick two?
You're
Can
talking.
I just pick two 16-bit games?
Yeah, I gotta look up what era these are in because I don't fucking know.
16-bit is Super Nintendo.
Yeah. What is
Oh, man.
32-bit games? What is that?
64. 64 is like 64-bit game. That's like between Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Is there another console we missed out on? There's
32-bit.
Nintendo 32.
Yeah. You guys don't remember that one? Nintendo 32? Classic.
Nintendo 32.
Um,
PlayStation 32.
Game Boy Color.
Thanks.
Apparently, I think is 32-bit.
Oh.
16-bit would be Super Mario RPG for
That's
me.
a great fucking game.
It's so good.
Oh,
The only game I ever emulated actually was that game.
That is like a very easy RPG to get into if you're not into RPGs. That's like the RPG.
Yeah.
Man, that game was radical.
I love
I
the
could play
music.
as Bowser. I could play as Peach, like Gino
The
or whatever his name was.
Music was so awesome.
Yeah, just good game.
Very good game.
Donkey Kong Country 03. Shit.
You know what? This is like the worst answer ever, but I had a Power Rangers fighting game for the Super Nintendo.
I know what you're talking about.
That's what you're talking about, actually.
And I have a funny story with this. You can play as a Megazord, okay? And I was in kindergarten when I played this game, and I had this kid over. This kid was a real dick. Like he like bit the teachers and like threw Legos and
What
stuff.
the hell?
He's a fucking psycho. I don't know why I had him over.
Bill?
I was trying to make friends, you know, so I invited this kid over and we're playing.
You invite the crazy kid.
One crazy kid.
He looked up the neighborhood too, so it was kind of like, oh hey, you want to come over? And so we're playing this Power Rangers fighting game, and like I was trying to explain to him that if you go into arcade mode, you can just play as all of the characters, and he was playing through single player mode, and he had just unlocked the ability to play as a Megazord, and he was all excited, and I'm like, oh well, dude, you can just go to arcade mode and just automatically play as the Megazord. So I reset the game so I could show him, take him back to the main menu, and he got super mad that I reset his game. Like, even though I was going to show him that you could just fucking play as the Megazord, and he punched me in the nose.
Oh, that escalated quickly.
Oh, the kid's a maniac. He punched me in the nose, And I was crying, and then my dad was like, "I'll put you to the wall." And then the kid's dad picked him up, and then I never talked to him again. Our friendship ended at the reset of a Megazord and a bloody nose. And that's the only time I've ever been punched in the face.
What was your reaction?
Well, I was crying. I was crying with a bloody nose.
You're like, what?
I was also 6.
You probably weren't expecting that, right? It's
No,
just like,
well, because I had the best intentions. I was like, I'm gonna show this kid that you can pick between all of the Megazords. Not just, you can be like the evil one. Like, and like I was so excited. Like, dude, you could do this. And I reset it. I'm like, yo, watch this. And he goes, "What did you do?" And punched me in the fucking.
That's it.
And it's like,
Is it weird that I'm just imagining you as you are now?
Yeah, I imagine
Smaller.
you being like, what the fuck?
that's perfectly
What the
okay because it would be creepy if you knew what I looked like as a 6-year-old.
Well, I'm just imagining
No,
you
I'm
with
not
the same
imagining you
head.
like any smaller or anything, just the size you are now getting punched in the face by a
No,
6-year-old.
I imagine you being like chibi sized with like your regular head size. It's just still your face. It's just your body's chibi size.
That's awesome.
That's
you and your-
great. Yeah.
You
So,
still have the 97, dumbass hair.
so like, I guess that's my favorite game for 16-bit era because of that. 32-bit Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Is that 32? That's not 32, is it?
Game Boy Color, dog.
How can Game of Color be 32? Didn't that come out like before Super Nintendo? Why would Super Nintendo be 16 but Game of Color would be 32? Doesn't make sense.
Pretty sure it didn't.
The Game Boy Color came out in 1998.
What? I thought it came out like early 90s. Really? When did Advance come out? Like 2010? Shit.
You know what? There's a chance I could be like, yeah, I could be like as wrong as it gets.
I'm looking this up. I don't trust you.
Let's see.
Wow.
Is Game Boy Color 32-bit? I think the Game Boy Advance is.
Game Boy Advance is 32-bit. I could see that
Game
happening.
Boy Color has an 8-bit processor.
Because 32-bit for Game Boy Advance, it took games like Super Nintendo games and like made them look a little bit better. That's what it did. Like there's a bunch of Super Nintendo games on the Advance.
Fuck you.
So.
Well,
so
what
yeah.
the hell is 32-bit? Oh, Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, not Game Boy Color. That. Nah.
Well, that means what? Then Pokemon Gold was 8-bit. Oh yeah, because you can play Pokemon Gold on an old Game Boy.
Yeah.
It's just shit.
Yeah, it was
Cool.
owned.
Fuck.
No,
You
I'm
still
just saying
proud of
like.
yourself.
Oh yeah. I got you.
I'm like dusting off my shoulders right now. Like.
So
Oh
then,
my goodness.
So then 32-bit game would be on the Game Boy Advance. Okay, so
Yes.
So best Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah. For me, Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 1 and 2.
Ooh.
Those are good. I really like those.
I really liked Mario Kart for the Game Boy Advance. And
Yeah.
I also really, I mean, like, I like Sapphire version. Fuck it. Whatever.
Mm.
Are you
Like,
kidding me?
I think I played more of Emerald.
I liked Ruby and Sapphire a lot. Kairogi, baby.
Oh my goodness.
We had this version of Pokemon Ruby that whatever console you put it in, it would just break it. So it would just break every Game Boy Advance that it ever touched. It's really weird.
So how much did it cost?
It was a bootlegged copy, so
It's like they were selling
Nice.
them at the stores.
yeah, it was like double the price or something stupid. Because it was before it came out here, because it was imported from America, Apparently it wasn't.
That's awesome. Game should have.
I definitely agree with that. I don't know which one. It's either Sapphire or Emerald.
I like
That would be
Emerald.
my favorite.
That's the one I play the most.
32-bit, I guess. They're all the same. It doesn't matter. My favorite 16-bit game would probably be Yoshi's Story.
Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's
Oh
Island.
man.
Super Mario Bros.
Yoshi's
Mario
Story on the 64, though, I loved that game. I feel like it's totally underrated, and I get it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because it's not a great game, but I loved it as a kid. I haven't played it in years.
The music.
Oh, it had the Yoshi singing it. It had the Yoshi singing in it as well, didn't it? Oh, I love that game.
I can't do Yoshi's voices, but
Chicken.
but yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, but the thing is, that game was on the Advance as well, so you can say that's your favorite 32-bit game as
Dude,
well.
can I say right now
I
how
never
much
played it on that.
emulator? I love the 64, man. Like,
Actually, then they released it for the DS as well later on.
They're doing a new Yoshi's Island game
They
this year,
are for the
and
3DS.
I don't like the
What?
look of it at all. Really don't.
does that look like yarn?
Yeah, no,
Let's
no,
make
that's
that-
the other Yoshi game, I think.
That's Kirby.
Yeah, but I think
No,
they're
they're doing
making
a Yoshi game in that style as well.
Yoshi yarn.
It's gonna be made out of yarn.
It's actually called Yarn Yoshi.
No, it's not.
For the Wii U.
Like the Kirby
Oh.
Epic Yarn game.
Yeah, only that had a cool title. This
That-
is just called Yarn.
Oh my god,
Yoshi.
it's actually still It's what
This is real.
images?
This is real
This
life,
is real.
guys.
Dude, he looks like a stuffed animal.
I think it's the
That's why I
think
think
that's
that's
the
why I like the
point,
design of that game.
Yarn. I don't know.
That's dumb though.
I like the design of that game, but I don't think it's going to be a very good game.
Oh
It's-
my gosh.
I don't like this. I don't. I didn't
I just don't like the
Epic
name.
Yarn either.
I just don't like the name.
Yarn
you, like-
Yoshi.
Can you
Yarn
die? Can you die in Yarn Yoshi?
Yeah, they probably set you on fire, put you in the washing.
Yoshi. Yeah, makes sense.
No, because in Kirby's Epic Yarn, you couldn't even die.
Really?
Yeah, you were just like when you couldn't die. You couldn't fail. You were just like you fall off a cliff and you just come back.
Well,
It's
I'll
weird.
be damned.
Don't die.
Nintendo can't get it right, can they? It's either like this really old arcade system where you have lives and you get game overs and stuff, or you just don't die at all. You know.
I prefer the
Yeah, pretty
have
much.
game overs though.
I never
Yeah.
played on Kirby's Epic Yarn, I've got to be honest.
I wouldn't mind if they just put both in the fucking game. You know, that's the thing. Like people get mad when they put an easy mode in a game. Like, for example, like if they put, like, I don't know if it's confirmed or not that they might be putting like an easier mode. No, they are not in Dark Souls 2. It was like a rumor or something, and people were like, "Well, you're gonna ruin the fucking game. You put an easy mode in." The hard mode still exists. Like,
Cheers.
what's wrong with letting someone play the game who might not be as good at it as you? I understand that's the appeal of Dark Souls, that it's just
Well,
hardcore.
I don't know, because I think in that case, if you play on Dark Souls 2, you probably would have played on Dark Souls 1. And I think the only thing that's like appealing about that game is the fact that it is supposed to be like incredibly unforgiving.
Yeah,
Well, that is the selling
Yeah.
point of that game.
but I mean, the other thing, I played Demon Souls and I played a little bit of Dark Souls, is even without the difficulty, the combat mechanics are very weighty and they feel really good. So I mean, like somebody who might like that style.
No,
of
when it comes to Dark
game.
Souls, Dark Souls, it's all about trial and error. Seriously, you might be stuck in a place for forever, but once you figure out how to get past that place,
Well, yeah.
you'll be able to get past that place every single time.
Once
like,
you-
no problem. So
once-
like eventually, once you like get to the end with all this trial and error, you'll be able to like speed run that game really fast. So
Yeah, well, once you get a handle on the mechanics, like, yeah, it becomes like any other like boss fight in any other kind of game.
Yeah.
Once you learn the pattern and the way certain enemy types behave, you pick it up. So I mean, like, honestly, I mean, like Dark Souls, I mean, like, yeah, I quit it because I'm just an impatient fuck. But like, it isn't that hard once you get a handle on it. But like, I don't really see a problem with adding options for other people who may want to play your game. Because I mean, the difficulty's still there for the people who want to play the difficulty, and the storyline in Dark Souls 2 has nothing to do with Dark Souls 1. It's like how
Well-
Dark Souls has nothing to do with Demon Souls. Like, I can jump into the sequel whenever I want, kind of deal. It's newer. I mean, I wouldn't, but you know what I'm saying.
I've noticed the thing about communities that are really like passionate about the things that they're involved in is sometimes they can be absolute morons in the fact that it's like they're obviously making this thing just for me and my kind of people, so if they
Yeah.
put an easy mode in, then it's not for me
They
or whatever.
feel like they're being betrayed or something. Like
Yeah.
they owe them, like the developers owe them something that they really don't. Like, I mean, like, yeah, sure. I mean, like, the fans made Dark Souls a success. It's a niche game. Like, that, by all means, Dark Souls is not a mainstream game. It is balls to the wall, just not something you can just pick up and.
yeah, but it's a game that everybody knows about.
But yeah, it's become huge. Like, it's through word of mouth and just through the internet. Like, Dark Souls it's a fucking thing, man. Like, and people are hyped for Dark Souls.
I can understand when people get mad about games changing, like, I guess an example would be Saints Row 2 as opposed to Saints Row the Third, because they're pretty different games. Because there's nothing you can do to change that.
Yeah.
But when it's literally, you go into options and you say, I want to play it on the hardest difficulty, it's not that life devastating.
Your game
you.
is still there. It's just somebody else who may not. But then argument was, well, they shouldn't be playing Dark Souls. Well, maybe they really like that setting, and that's how. Like for Pokemon, people went nuts because of the XP share thing. People
Oh yeah.
like were this like shitting like on Nintendo's face, like this over and over again in the comments, like because they put XP share in the game, so I don't have to grind up a fucking team. Like, okay, you could turn it off, like, and the game's the same, like as it always has been.
Right.
I did that. I turned it off because my team right now, I'm on the second gym. My team's level 35. I'm I'm like, it's gonna take a while for the game to catch up to me, but I'm just steamrolling everything I come across. Like I'm just like, yeah, like I'm just beating little kids in the forest with my like level 35 team. Like, my main guy is like one level away from the final evolution. So I mean, it's like it's 36 or 32. 36.
36.
It's always been 36. Obviously, it's not 32 because he's not fully evolved. He's still a Frogadier.
Frogadier.
But
Dear.
yeah, so I turned it off. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna stop this XP share madness, and I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm just gonna take some Pokemon out of my Pokemon storage and use a whole new team who's like level 20 something and level those guys up the old-fashioned way and just kind of. But I also like the XP share because that allows me to keep using different teams when I want to because I don't have to level each one up individually. But people went nuts over a feature you can just turn right off. If you
That's
don't
how
like
people
gamers.
are, man. That's how people are. They get very attached to the game that they.
I mean, because I think they feel like if somebody else can just do that, then what's the point of doing it the old-fashioned way? I guess like they have this thing, and now, okay, well now if I play it the old-fashioned way, that's the worst way and most inefficient way to play it. So then there's all these little kids who have max level teams by the fourth gym, and there's fucking Captain Nuzlocke.
It's kind
Yeah.
of like the Final Fantasy VII release on Steam. Like that one, it has an option where you can pretty much level up to like
Oh yeah,
everything's like level 100 when you just start the game. So pretty much it's
What?
just for
Right.
yeah, you start the game with like everything at max, you have everything, you're the
and
strongest.
that's for people who's already played it.
Yeah, it's just for
Yeah.
people to re-experience the story again.
Yeah.
What
That
was
was
the
their
question?
whole point.
That's cool.
Yeah, there wasn't
What
even a
was-
question for this, was there?
Screw the questions,
What was the-
man.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is
What
interesting.
What are your favorite 16 and 32 bit games? Thank you.
That's
So
a
much.
5-minute conversation
like,
about Dark Souls,
but-
yeah.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I don't think we talked about Donkey Kong Country enough. How awesome those games were.
Oh, I love
I've
them.
never played them.
That was
That
I
just
got-
hurt me.
I got the
I'm
Super
sorry.
Nintendo as a birthday gift, and it was the Donkey Kong Country edition. It came in this jungle-like box,
It,
and
Yeah.
oh, I had that as well actually. It came with the Donkey Kong Compy.
Yep. Yep, my dad.
Ebby, download the emulator later and like download all 3 Donkey Kong Country games and like play them all night.
I don't have time.
Who cares? It's not about time. It's about
I don't have time. I'm too busy playing on
Pretty sure it's about time.
Skyrim.
Donkey
Yeah.
Kong Country. So good. The first one is kind of easy, but then like the second one is where it begins. And the music, you're missing out.
I've seen people play it because I've just been
No, you
watching
haven't.
AGDQ, and they've been speedrunning those sorts of games. So
Oh
it took
yeah,
like 3 hours to do that block. So
yeah, they well, you watch people play it, but you won't sit down and play yourself. You don't
I
have
feel
time.
like I need to I don't know. It takes them an hour to do it. It take me like 15. So
Yeah, the first one is pretty easy. You can like speed run that thing pretty quickly. I've beaten it dozens of times at this point because of how easy it is. But the second one and the third one is where it gets harder. But yeah, that's my favorite. That's probably my favorite like trilogy of all time, like considering all games. So
now we haven't even talked about our favorite games. Full stop.
yeah, I just saved myself some trouble in the future. So what's the last question? We have another
I'm
question.
gonna save the next one for next episode because it's kind of loaded.
Oh.
And I don't want to talk about this for 30 minutes because
Yeah, but give me a sneak peek. I want to know.
I'll say the question. I just don't want anyone to answer. I mean, myself, Ebby, and Ryan might have more. Well, then again, you've played MMOs before.
Yeah.
Back in the day a little more.
This comes from Neo Ace. And he asks, seeing as how MMORPGs are apparently dying, what would be your new formula for saving the MMO genre? And then, really quick, at the end, also favorite RPG. Which
I didn't know they were dying. First of all,
well, I'm not either. I guess.
Wait, no. You're answering the question. We're
You're
saving
answering
this.
the
Shit!
oh, man. Do not tell me this.
Well,
Alright,
I
I'll
guess
cut
if you
for
look at
next
it this way,
episode.
a lot of new ones go free to play, so that might be an indication that people don't want to pay, so it might be dying. Okay,
Alright,
I'm
Bill.
done.
We can start next up with this question.
Yeah, I'll save this for next time.
Like I used to play major like RPGs back a while ago. Like
It's a good question. I mean, like I wouldn't say that maybe they're necessarily dying in the way
EverQuest 2 all the way.
is
Still
dangerous.
answering the
Guys,
question.
dancing
But,
around the question.
But I think for the next episode, I would maybe we can just talk about what we would do to change up the genre in general, because a lot of them are kind of samey. So
Okay.
that'll work. But anyway,
Because I need to go to sleep.
yeah, that is all of the questions that we have been asked. Thank you everybody for asking them. It's very awesome. I'm sorry. It's always a gamble, with episode lengths for podcasts, because I don't know what type of length people like for them, but I've been told that people like long ones.
I personally like longer.
Yeah, longer.
I mean, like,
This
I
is
know.
the experimental episode.
Yeah, this is episode 1. So I mean, like, if anybody listening right now doesn't like what you've heard in this one, feedback. Feedback works. Dislikes don't. Just give.
Don't dislike.
Let me tell you. I mean, like, that's counterproductive. Well, they talked about Bill's backlog for too fucking long. Let me just, yeah. Let me click that button there.
And if you've listened to this whole episode, I'm giving you a cookie because this.
He's not actually gonna fucking give you a cookie.
Hey, rude. I'll mail him a cookie. All right.
Shipping can't be too much on the cookie.
Yeah.
Don't even put it in
Depends
a
where you're
bag.
shipping him to.
You don't even put it in a
Put
bag.
the cookie in the box.
Yeah.
Oh, just put it in an envelope.
Yeah. There you
When it was
go.
like flat, like or like I don't know.
I'll get arrested for sending like drugs to the mail.
Yeah, like those flat rate things. Those flat.
Yeah.
Flat rate cookies.
Flat rate cookie. Bubble wrap that thing up so it doesn't get destroyed.
But yeah, so like experimental. I mean, like, this is at least 2 hours. A little over probably. I was gonna set up a stopwatch so I can like kind of
It's
stop.
been like 2 hours. Yeah.
But yeah, just let us know. If you like longer ones or shorter ones. We'll try to control ourselves for next time. Just in general, because I mean, that way people don't have to lose sleep over us. In the show, I'm talking about. I don't care about our viewers. Yeah. Happy.
Yeah, this will be everywhere, uploaded on YouTube.
Yes, I'm gonna get
Mediafire.
all that stuff sorted out. They're listening to it. They already know. They got it from somewhere.
Yeah, well, what if it's not around on iTunes yet, or they didn't know it's everywhere? They thought it was just in one place that they're listening.
Yeah, you'll be able to get our stuff on iTunes. I'm gonna sort that whole thing out. You'll be able to get direct download links through Mediafire if you.
Your local video store that rents videos, you'll be able
Yeah.
to
Hollywood Video.
rotate.
Yeah,
just hit download.
Audio cassette. You'll get an audio cassette of us
Totally retro.
that you can listen to on your Walkman.
But yeah. So let us know what you think, and share us, tweet us, tell everyone about us, tell your mother, tell your father, and use our podcast as a pickup line at the bar.
yeah. Please let us know if it works.
Hey, I listened to the Permadeath podcast.
Ooh.
How about hearing about Bill's backlog? I think I'm gonna use that. I have a big backlog of games.
Yeah, that's a panty dropper.
Anyway, I was Bill.
You were.
That was like my signing off thing. Like everyone else.
Why do people sign off like that?
Well, I don't think I've ever heard anyone.
I was Bill. I
never heard anyone do that. I think I'm a pioneer in that phrasing.
Yeah, I tried to be Bill, but I was not.
I'm glad I'm not Bill.
Makubo.
What?
There's just so many words I can use for you right now. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, that's so original.
Well, you know what? That's what you are.
Okay.
I wouldn't make up new words for Cookie.
Shocking, because you always talk about poop. having your usernames and emails, passwords.
There's gonna be like 30 people watching this trying to hack all my shit, trying to guess different poop words.
Yeah, pretty much.
Peppered ham, and then poop.
And then they're gonna get caught by the government, and then in the interview, the interrogation, why did you do it? Because this password is pooping it.
Can we end this, please?
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for
Bye.
listening.
Goodbye.